What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back and we're joined by the dynamic duo that is Rick Ramos and Jessica Mccaskill, the undisputed champ. How are you guys? Good morning.
I'm great. Good morning.
So, I'm happy that you guys are in studio once again. And this is now the second studio you've been to. So, we got to, when do you leave?
Sunday morning.
Morning.
Yeah, so after the win in Abu Dhabi, they can come to the win. You know, we're at the win now. Really.
Yeah, we got another studio in the win at 12. It would have been good to get you there as well so you could get the trifecta.
Right.
But how I want to get into something different, man. How's the newlywed life? I see you guys traveling everywhere, looking like a reality TV couple, man.
I mean, we're not married yet, just engaged. So it's exciting. It's very fun. We did go to Scottsdale after the fight. That's kind of like our little break, and pool party, random people like screaming like, "Oh my God!" and just the really fun like girl stuff. I'm appreciating. So everything else is just how we normally are.
Yeah, but I don't think we haven't changed too much. I think everything's pretty much the same. We kind of travel a lot anyway, so.
He's growing his hair out.
It's obviously changed in the sense that you used to go home at one point. Obviously, we don't know when you guys started living together, but at one point you went home and you didn't see each other. Now it's like 24/7. Are you guys driving to work together too?
I felt like I saw Rick all the time because we were at the gym all the time, and then if we
picked you up for years.
He'd pick me up, or he would be like, "Yo, we got to go like just show face for like." I swear it's just like 5 minutes, and it would be like all night. So I feel like we were always just a 24/7 like pair. But yeah, it is. It's not very much different. It really isn't.
All right, so the knife is out. I mean, did you see Claressa? She's like, "Oh, why are you going down?" Which is kind of true. I want to ask, like, who is the bigger name? Who has more accolades in your opinion? Wouldn't it be worth the catch weight with Claressa because she, especially after the win over Savannah, would have more accolades than Katie? Or is it better for you to go down because you want the rematch with Katie?
Well, I don't think we wanted to wait for that. Like Claressa, the last time we saw her, where we see her at? Was it
New York? The Katie Serrano fight.
Yeah, last time we saw her, she was like, I got to handle business with Savannah. Of course, do your thing, whatever. But in the meantime, we're trying to stay busy as well. So, I mean, it's not a big thing for us to jump weights. And so Rick was like, this is a great opportunity and to get double undisputed, and we could always go back up or whatever. But it was more so of we're not going to wait. Like, she's going to do her thing and we have to do our thing. And if we meet, we meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you explain the double undisputed, Rick? Because I thought Kylie Reese has a belt.
So Kylie Reese is what I'm told from Matchroom vacated.
Okay.
So, and maybe
I believe she retired.
Hopefully she got some money to step aside, because to do it for free is crazy. But I'm pretty sure like they got something for it. I'm not 100% sure. So she vacated. This is a risk-free fight for us. We think we can beat Chantelle Cameron. We're going for the 2-time undisputed. We have no risk. Even if we lost this fight, we can go back to 147, still be undisputed, still get the Claressa fight. So there's no risk for us on this.
I mean, I don't know with Claressa and her. If you lost, she might use that against you. To like, why would I fight her? Why would I give her a catch weight? Because obviously you're not going to go to Claressa's weight class.
No.
So you're going to need a catch weight. Off a loss, I don't think she'll even entertain that.
But the thing is that let's say we don't win 140. We still have undisputed. And if she wants to make like more history of having 3-time undisputed, she will come down.
You think she can make 47?
No.
I know.
Right. I mean,
she talks about that butt all day.
She told me to my face that she could. So we'll see.
Okay.
So the other thing too, even if we beat Chantelle Cameron, I don't even know how long I'd stay at 140. I think 154 would be the next stop, only because Terry Harper's fighting Hannah Rankin.
Yep.
And Natasha Jonas has got 2 belts as well. Two of the 3 fighters are naturally 135-pound fighters. So for us to go to 154 and fight Hannah Rankin, Natasha Jonas, or Terry Harper, I'm uncomfortable with all 3 of those fights at 154. So even if we beat Chantelle Cameron, we might not stay at 140 long. We might go to
Wait, Hannah, but isn't Hannah a common opponent with both Claressa and Marshall?
Yeah.
So you're admitting that you fear Marshall if you're saying you'd go to 54 for an opponent that she beat and an opponent that Marshall beat, but you won't go to 54 for Shields.
Yeah, because I think Claressa Shields, like, the play is the weight, right? Like, besides the fight, like, I would probably get that fight for Jessica and Claressa at 145. 100%.
What?
100%.
Why would Claressa say yes to 45?
Everybody we fought at welterweight has signed for 45.
Yeah. What's her name? Cecilia Breakhouse signed for 44 at one point. 144.
Yeah,
but that's half.
She needed that rematch.
No, that was before. Wow. That's what I'm trying to say. Like these guys are not that smart, you know, and if we antagonize Claressa enough, which is obviously easy, right? Like,
but aren't you showing your hand on this interview by telling her what
we
you're
always
going to
show our
we show our hand.
though.
I don't like all these other people, promoters, managers. They all call like Rick's crazy. No, I just tell the truth. Like, I never come off of what I say. So yeah, I would do the fight at 145. Why wouldn't I? And if Claressa doesn't agree to it, then that's on her. Like, the fight was offered, you didn't want to do it. You didn't want to do it. But I would go to 54 to fight a naturally 135 pounder. Because it benefits us. This is the benefit game. This isn't.
I hear you.
This isn't the street fight game.
I've
you know
just
what I mean?
never heard someone be honest.
Yeah.
On a live interview like that.
100%, Danny. You know the deal. Because you know me. I've been brutally honest about Jessica. Like I said, we're gonna go to 147 and beat Cecilia Breakhouse. Tom Loeffler called me the very first time and offered that fight at 144. And I thought
was this back for the
HBO,
right?
The last HBO fight.
What was that? December 2017.
Yeah, right. That's exactly when it was. Yeah. So Loeffler offered me the fight at 144. I shopped the deal, the Matchroom, got a 3-fight deal for her, and then after that, I went back to Eddie. I said, "Let's get that Cecilia fight." He's like, "They won't fight you," and I'm like, "All right, give him a pound. Give him a pound back." 145. They jumped on it, and then we beat her twice.
Yeah, it made us a lot of money. Shout out.
I wonder if you can actually get Claressa to say yes to something like that.
Maybe. I mean, if Jess knocks out Chantelle Cameron, right? And let's say, I mean,
knocks out?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking to stop that girl. I don't think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close for the early rounds, but you got to remember, Chantelle Cameron hasn't fought anybody. She's never been tested. She's never been punched. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, if Jessica stops Chantelle Cameron, and everybody's looking past Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall might knock out Claressa Shields.
Yeah, I ain't buying that.
I mean, it's an even fight right now.
I've never,
the booking.
other than Wilder Fury, like that's the first one that comes to mind. But I can't remember two high-level fighters knocking each other out, like on that level.
That is true, but I think Savannah has the punching power in each hand. And if she can jump and pressure Claressa, she can make it a different fight. It's all up to Savannah because Claressa can box. Obviously.
I don't know, man. The amateur fight came out. Sky Sports put it out. They had to take it down because so many people were commenting.
They took it down.
They deleted it.
Why did they take it down?
Because everybody was saying, commented, how did Marshall win?
Like Sky Sports has put it out there because that's their fighter.
And
like,
they wanted to promote the fight.
They wanted
the
to
comment
promote
section was flooded with, negative. That was a robbery. That was a robbery. That was a robbery.
And,
so it's like,
and it was crazy because I found out.
And then deleted it. So it's like,
and then they deleted it.
And so now there's content creators. Their titles are like Sky Sports deletes the video.
And I found out it got deleted through another fighter. They're like, yo, I went back and watched it for the first. Like I went to watch it for the first time.
Breadman, a trainer, same thing. He went back and watched it, and then it was gone.
I didn't see it. Was it like that lopsided?
I mean, Breadman is, I'm gonna say, more educated than me at what he sees out his eye, and he thought it was clear, Claressa.
Yeah, I never saw it.
I never went back.
They fought
and
more than
it.
once, though, right?
Yeah, but she only beat Claressa that one time.
Yeah.
Okay,
her entire career is established off that win, though.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, a lot of people's careers are, right? I mean, like if you think about it, like signature wins, everybody has their signature win, right?
And
amateurs.
Man, look. We're not talking about your fucking amateur wins.
I agree.
If you're not doing shit in the pros, you get what I'm saying? Like you got to be doing something.
I agree. She's undefeated. She's fought her in the past. I mean, that's the selling point. I guess Savannah Marshall's people were smart enough to create money out of it, right? So I mean, they did their job. And Savannah Marshall's got to win. If she doesn't, then we know where she stands, right?
Summer didn't make the trip this time?
No, Summer, she's back home training for a fight. She fights October 15th back in Chicago. So, yeah.
You keeping her extremely busy.
Trying to. It's tough. I'm paying my own way, so it's a little bit difficult. You know?
How old is she now?
21.
That's crazy.
When is Matchroom gonna take a look at her?
Ah, man. You know,
Man, they need to, man. Summer's nice. Like, when I tell people summer's nice, like, Jess, I fuck with you. My people. Summer's nice, though. Bro, she's nice. And it's crazy because she's just so young.
Yeah.
Like, that first thing I asked, because it was like, she just has so much ahead of her.
Yeah, a lot of time.
That's why I'm trying to, I struggle with, like, don't want to rush, don't want to put her in a situation where it's too much for her too soon. So, you know, I kind of go back and forth with it myself, you know, but it's time for her. She's a fight or two away from something bigger. You know, don't get me wrong. We were offered the Sandy Ryan fight right before she lost to Erica Fares. And I agreed. The money, everything was there. And I said, okay, 147 pounds. They called me back. I agreed. One phone call. They called me back and they said, no, it's got to be, I think it was 143. And I'm like, lower, Summer can't even get that low, you know? No, 147 or nothing. And then they were like, well, we have to pass. And I'm like, you offered me a fight at 147. I agreed. And then she lost that fight. And I think that was a fight for us to win. I felt like Summer.
Isn't that the Australian girl?
No.
Ryan?
No, Sandy Ryan. UK. She's, from the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so I want to go back on something you said, because you said Cameron hasn't fought anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't rank Mcgee?
No. I mean, I
Whoa, you laughed, champ.
Well, no, I think it's just
she won a belt.
Yeah, like
she won 8
ago,
belts.
Like.
What do you mean? She just lost it.
Jessica won 8 belts.
Yeah, no, and that's why
Like,
she's undisputed.
but
I'm not knocking.
So now we're diminishing champions.
Who did she win to get that belt?
No, there's levels of champions.
Let's
Don't
do
you
the
agree?
let's do the tree, the fighter tree.
No,
Yeah.
like she fought.
Yeah, but it's not. There's levels of champions, but there's 1,800 heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you win a belt, that's only one division. There's only one division. So if you win a belt, I think you deserve credit.
And she fought Reynoso, right, for the belt? Or you have her box record?
I'll pull it up. Okay. There you
She
go.
fought.
Or no, she fought Estetchen or something?
Yeah, Estetchen.
Yeah, how old is she?
Estetchen. They don't even have her age on box rec.
My point is, I think, you know, when you know...
Triple G's 40 Saturday. No one's talking about his age, and he's a champ. You guys are
But Triple G's won more than one belt, and he's fought an elite level of people with a huge amateur background.
But he had to win the first belt.
No, I'm not saying she's not credible, but like, okay, like I think, like everyone argued that, you know, she was. I thought she was an older style fighter, Mary Mcgee. That's what I think. I just think she's an older style fighter.
So you don't rank Melissa Hernandez either?
No, she's 41 years old, and no, Melissa Hernandez was good
but
in
it's
early
female
2000s.
Boxing. How many 20-year-olds do we have?
Okay,
we don't even have that many.
We have Sandy Ryan. We have Summer Lynn. I'm begging to get on.
Summer Lynn's not on TV, and Sandy Ryan just fucking lost. Like, how many 20 to 30-year-olds do you have that you could be like, oh, she's too old, oh, she's too young? Like,
okay, let's skip the age and let's just talk about the performance that Mary Mcgee gave. She probably, maybe, possibly wishing on a star won like one round. That was like a terrible
in the Cameron fight?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a terrible
I watched it again yesterday.
She gassed out so fast.
I don't know that I'm gonna agree with one round. Like,
Look in the box
it's-
rec. The numbers
I
are
don't
there.
care what those people say, because we all know that they are corrupt. Canelo had a fucking draw versus Mayweather.
No, and I get that. But
So I'm not worried about those judges.
I'm not saying that Mary Mcgee isn't good. I'm saying that I don't think she came from a different era of fighters. She came from, in my opinion, the Cecilia Breakhouse era of fighters. So she's an era older, even though she's younger than Jess. I just think she came in the wrong era. That's all I'm saying. Like, I still respect her talent, but I think, like, you know, I think I would have liked to see her win a belt against maybe a more quality opponent. You know, Estetchen's older. Summer would destroy Estetchen. You know, Summer would do the same thing. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's just opportunity. And it's really financially, right? Because I'm buying all Summer's fights the same way that her people are buying their fights. It's just they have more capital than I do. I'm out here by myself. They have a team of guys, so it's different. So that's where we're at. But I do think...
I rank Melissa, man. She's
Melissa
a vet.
Hernandez?
Of course, brother. She's a vet in this game.
But again, she comes
she doesn't get like
from an era.
destroyed. Nobody walks through her.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Who walks through Melissa?
I don't remember who
Chantelle
she
Cameron
fought.
did.
So then how you going to say
Chantelle
yes they
Cameron
do and say you don't remember?
Chantelle Cameron did.
Okay, one person
Well,
at
that's
the
who we're
end of her
talking about.
career.
That's who we're talking about. You said
man.
Chantelle Cameron.
Melissa's
she
been
blew
in
through
this game for a minute.
I'm
She's
not
been a
saying
world champ. I don't know.
I respect Melissa Hernandez. I just think, again, she's on the back end of her career. She's in her 40s. And that was a fight that I don't even think they should have got for Chantelle Cameron. Like, for some reason, she fought a lot of older women, and they didn't put her in there with anyone. Jess fought everybody. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like Chantelle fought anybody. We actually pulled up her opponent's stats.
Oh, man.
And I have it somewhere. I have to look for it.
This is where I start when I start thinking about, okay, is this a quality person? Like, I look at how their opponents and their opponents' wins and losses. Like, my wins and losses for my opponents is like their wins are skyrocket and their losses are very minimal, where usually it's flipped. Like Chantelle, she's got like her opponents have like small number of wins and a crap ton of losses. And it's like, yeah, you're fighting like, 5-20 people, or like, 10-10, even people with like just.
But how is she looking? Because Crawford and Earl's opponents are not the same. Even the ones that are the same, they would come at a different time and, like you said, era.
Yeah.
When Earl fought Brooke, he was an elite. When Crawford fought him, he was done. When Khan fought Danny, he was an elite. When Crawford fought him, he was done. Ain't nobody saying Crawford is dog shit because of the opponent's records and the losses. No, they're calling him pound for pound.
Yeah, but no.
You guys are going off the resume. What about the way the person's fighting?
Exactly. Mary Mcgee looked
Like-
terrible in that fight.
But
No, okay,
but we're also talking about
Bustos.
Cameron, though.
We're
We're also talking about
fought-
Cameron. He said Cameron's
but-
like.
She couldn't stop Bustos. Bustos
Yeah,
is older
Bustos.
too, and I
So
like
you guys are
Bustos.
well. He already said he already put the pressure and said
I-
you stopping this girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
He said
nobody
she's
stopped
trash.
Bustos, Rick. Nobody has stopped Bustos.
I've been begging for that fight. We
Yeah.
were trying to fight her in Chicago when we fought for the WBC. We stopped her.
Like
Jessica
there's-
will stop her.
There's people that Katie fought where there were so many fights where it was just like Katie won all the rounds, and it's like if you're that level of elite fighter, you should be stopping these people. You shouldn't be just drifting through for like
this isn't
unanimous.
This
decision.
isn't like, and I say this. This is not going to sound humble, but like this isn't like a game for us. Like I feel like a lot of these female fighters are like good boxers for girls. Like Jess is a fucking animal. Like she's coming. Like everyone thought Elma was gonna give us trouble. Like smoked her. Like
Who's Elma? The last opponent?
yeah,
Exactly.
everybody
Say
thought
that
we were
one
gonna
time.
lose.
Not everybody.
Elma?
Not on this show.
Well-
on this show, we picked you by knockout, bet publicly, screen shit,
yeah?
and told the world.
Well, we
We
definitely
knew.
appreciate it. You
We
were definitely the
knew. We knew.
minority.
Trust me.
We knew. We made
knew.
big money on
Big,
you. We knew
big,
she was
big
going to. We was
money.
in her camp. We watched it. And her promoter came up to me like two,
Like,
3
two
days
later,
no,
like,
that's not right what you
You're
did.
wrong for that. You're
And
wrong
it's like,
for that.
bro, what you want me to do? Close my eyes?
I'm like,
Right.
bro, you're wrong for sending her in the ring after you
just
saw her
think-
sparring.
I think this just like the Cecilia Breakhouse fight, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but it's like when we attacked her character and Jess went at her, like personality wise, like her person, like she was shook. This is different. I think Jess is different. I think the way I do business is different. I do it aggressive. I do it personal. She does it aggressive, and she does it personal.
And it's not like trash talk. It's just like, yo,
This is what
like,
we think.
when I come for you, no excuses. And the first thing that happened after I beat her is she had a list of excuses.
And here's another stat that people don't ever talk about. Like everyone says Jess is sloppy, this, that, and the other, whatever. Everyone holds against Jess. Cecilia Breakhouse had a point taken away for holding. Katie Taylor had a point taken away for holding. I don't even know.
Farias.
Erica Farias. Like those girls never got points taken away. They all had points taken away when they fought Jess because it's real and they feel the hate, they feel the anger, and they feel like how bad we want to be here. You know what I mean? This is like I can't. This is just my opinion, but for some reason, if I give my opinion, the whole boxing world go crazy. Like Rick's crazy. No, this is just the way I see it. You know what I'm saying?
like
This is the way I
Kanye
see
said,
it.
like crazy, Rick is crazy is basic at this point. Like people need to start coming up with some other stuff.
Yeah,
because it's
this is the way I see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm in the gym every day with multiple fighters. I'm at everybody's gym every day. I knew, Mary Mcgee for a long time. I was a fan of Mary Mcgee when she first started. You know what I mean? And we helped her with sparring. I've been around these gyms. I know. And there's a lot of girls out there who are good for girls, but they're not fighting like they want to, like it's end all be all. And if we fight like every fight could be our last. And that's why I think we push through. That's just the way I feel. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel. I don't know.
So you calling for the knockout because you guys are like on this 2-fight knockout streak? Or
No,
what?
I just think like
Because at the end of the day, Jessica has like 35%, so that
Right.
doesn't scream knockout.
100%. But Jessica's never fought at her own weight. We're fighting at 147. We're fighting girls at 160. girls who are naturally at 160, girls are naturally at 154. No one thinks about that. That's the shit I think about. Like they're saying just because knockout percentage. I get it. I understand what you're saying. But like you said, you can't look at the resume, right? You got to look at what's really going on. Jess fought Cecilia Breakhouse, who's dominated at 147 her whole career.
But she was old.
She was.
You calling people old on this interview? You gonna tell me Cecilia's not old because she could be my grandmother?
You didn't say that before we fought her.
But I didn't say
we
that.
made her old.
Let me tell you something.
We made her old.
Let me tell you something. I don't say she's old because I don't say fighters are old. You said these fighters are old, so now we're gonna put Cecilia in that category. You made everyone else old, so Cecilia is definitely old.
Now she's old. We made her old.
Bro,
100%.
how old was she in the HBO fight? How old was she? How old was she in the
36-0 before we fought her. We made her old.
But how old was she when you fought her?
37?
How old was she? And that's not old, but somehow Mcgee is old at 35.
100%. Yes, I have the answer for that. I have the answer for that.
There's
Because she. Yes, I have the answer for that. No, stop.
No, man, picking and choosing who's old. He ain't even going by date of birth.
Let me finish. I'll tell you.
Okay, go for it.
Mary Mcgee had a child.
Yeah.
Automatically physically older.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
That's very true. That's very true.
Yes or no?
I see
Yes or
women
no?
bounce back all day off babies.
Answer the question.
The
Yes or no?
credibility goes.
Look
way
at Jordan
down.
Plant. She worked
Right.
out her whole.
She fighting? She's not fighting Jordan
But
Plant.
did you see what she did?
I know what she did.
So if she can do it, a regular woman, and no
What'd
disrespect
she
by
do?
using the word regular, she's not a fighter. She's
she
not
do?
an athlete. She
She's
trained
a
her
tremendous
entire 9 months. The entire 9 months
Yeah.
she trained. Squats,
Yeah.
deadlift, weights, everything.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
can- you can do that when you're pregnant.
Exactly. So why is he trying to say like, oh, she lost
No,
years
when
because she
you-
got pregnant?
So the difference is
Yeah,
like
it's
when
what
you're
you choose
let's
to
say
do.
let's say
Yeah, but that's not my point. The point is you asked me why I think she's old, and I just told you she had a child.
Yeah,
she
but what's the
physically take a
science-
beating. Physically take a beating from that.
How?
How many successful?
Let me ask you
How many successful?
Bro, but
how
she
many
doesn't
successful?
fight, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But that's
saying.
what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
even in the same
That's what
conversation.
you choose to do. You can't say because you got pregnant, your body's
but
destroyed.
the
That
thing-
doesn't even make
okay,
sense.
I didn't say her
no,
body's destroyed. I
but
said
the
her
thing
body's
is-
older.
How?
Physically,
It's
she just
worn.
gave
She's-
birth to a
she's-
human being.
Yeah.
So your metabolism speeds up. Your
No, it slows down.
biological clock
Everything-
speeds up. What is
no.
he talking about? You
Everything-
can't get older from having a
So
baby.
you don't believe that people could be physically older in the sport of boxing?
Bro, the date isn't gonna speed up
Okay,
because
no,
I
not
got
the
my
date.
girl pregnant. So
No.
she's not getting older
No,
quicker.
bro, but you're taking
I
it
think
in
you're-
a literal sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
but
body-
he's making it
Your
literal.
body
No,
goes
hold on.
through so many things.
different. Like
No.
after
Katie Taylor.
that.
Katie Taylor's younger than Jess. She's physically older.
She's o-
she's
she-
been
she's
wear
had-
and tear. She had 250
That's
amateur
your
fights.
opinion, man.
Yeah.
You don't think that it's
can't-
true?
I can't say that because you have a baby, you're older than someone sitting next to you with the same date of birth. None of that makes sense.
Not the actual number, but like if I fought somebody who just had
Physically
a baby and I
older.
knock them out, they'd be like, "Oh man, well she just had a baby." Just like first of all, I would be just basically underrated for taking that fight. And then when people have babies, there's a bunch of stuff that happens that
Yeah,
you know
physically,
your
your body's
hormones,
not the same
your
again.
hormones are wrecked.
So
And-
you're
and-
telling me that this woman took a fight 3 months after having a baby?
That was the Katie Taylor. She took
Yeah.
it 6 months after she had the baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Half a year, not 3 months, is what I'm saying.
Is there a difference?
How
I don't-
much
I
time
don't
do
think
you?
that's much
How much
difference.
time? Okay, so Rick Ramos knows all. How much time you need to recover from a
At
fucking
least
pregnancy?
a year.
It's a
At
lot.
least a year.
Why?
like your like
what
first-
average person
your-
takes a year off of work?
You gotta let the
You're
woman.
unrealistic.
You gotta let the woman.
No one gets
opinion
postpartum.
be heard.
What is
bro.
it? What is it even called, Jessica? When you get off of, you leave off of work. No one gets a year off.
Yeah,
What is
like
he talking
you only
about?
get
Because
9
they're not
months. In
fighting.
the US,
They're
you get
sitting in
9
office.
months.
All right,
In
9
the
months.
UK,
He's
you get,
unrealistic.
in the UK, you get more because
Am I
that's
nuts
what
right
it
now?
is.
Like I feel like
Yes.
But
you don't think there's a
yes.
physical difference.
There's a-
I don't think that the woman got older.
Not okay,
Okay,
not
let's-
older,
let's
not
say-
older.
let's
Let's
not
say
say
older.
older.
Okay,
Physically
stop.
older.
They
You know what
can't-
they're
they
comparing
can't
to?
do the
Wear
same
and
thing.
tear. They-
Yeah,
she-
and
they
okay,
can't-
yes,
they
okay.
can't do the same
wrong word
thing.
is being used, but I 100%.
Even wear and tear is the wrong word. So now you telling me that going through a pregnancy is the same like going through a fight or going through a camp?
Yes.
It's
Or
worse. I think it's worse.
Yes.
I'm done. Y'all tripping.
Yes. Cause like you can just have such an like your hormone balances be off, and then you gain a crap ton of weight, not because of anything
Hormones
you're
are
eating
definitely
or
off.
doing. It's just
And
like
we going back to what I said. What you choose to do when you're pregnant. Jordan Plant
Bro,
chose to
okay.
work out.
But
No,
the thing
and
is,
not
Ness, one
not
thing
what
is
happens.
physical, but
Right.
the thing is, like, there's mental things attached to that too. So I 100%.
Okay, so
agree.
now we talking about weaknesses.
But
that ain't
you're
got
talking-
nothing.
No, but that
it's
has nothing
hormones.
to do, bro.
It's hormones.
you're
Hormones.
talking
Science.
about during the
100% hormones.
pregnancy, and then there's that space, and then after the baby pops out, like it's a whole other thing. So like, yeah, I could be working out my whole pregnancy, and then once the baby comes, everything is like
That's-
wrecked.
Okay, but what about the women that don't have postpartum? Like, why y'all trying to put that on every
it's not-
pregnant
it's-
woman?
it's not even that.
Let me finish my sentence. There are women that pop the baby out. They don't have any issues. I don't got any postpartum. I'm not sad. I'm not emotional. You know what the fuck I did as an inner city mom? I went to fucking work. Okay. That's what I did. And my kid is with a daycare or a babysitter. Yeah, what are we talking about? Like, I come from the inner city where
talking about boxing,
dozens of women go through
boxing,
life with, and that's what I'm saying. You acting like a rich or a semi-okay athlete is gonna have a pregnancy. Fuck it, we talking about Katie. She's rich.
Yeah.
You acting like her pregnancy is the same as a regular person, and I'm not pointing at you. I'm saying a regular person. It's not the same pregnancy.
But just because the people
None of that. Not even the care.
What do you mean by that? I don't even understand what you're saying,
bro. A regular person got to go back to work.
You're right.
A regular person doesn't even get leave off of
For
work.
sure. Like
a rich person,
6 weeks, yeah.
a rich person
they
can
got
take
time.
off.
They got
A
time.
rich person has what's that?
I understand what you're saying. So you're saying basically they get the better comfort of
Of course, it's not the same.
All right, but
if Jessica has a baby right now, it's not the same as if she would have had a baby 20 years ago when she was not a champion.
At the end of the day, a couple things. You're still carrying and pushing out a human being out your body, and as much care as you can take care of yourself throughout the pregnancy, no matter what you do, there's things that just are out of your control that the woman can't really dictate.
But we can't put that on every single woman.
No, not every single woman, but at the end of the day, the physical is still there. It's either you had to carry and push this child out or you didn't. And they say, bro, they say that.
I just don't think there's a template for everybody.
No,
you can't just say
we're
you have a
talking about-
baby and you're old and you're
We're
wear and
talking-
tear. I mean, Bernard Hopkins went to prison and came out and had an entire career. Like, everyone has different paths, bro.
Yeah, but we're
Like,
talking about one person. You asked me about one person. I gave you my answer about that one person.
we're talking about pregnancy, putting a person, making them. Oh, I just don't see that.
How excited are you guys to fight in the Middle East? I mean, now we've been seeing a lot of fights out there. It seems like Matchroom
That's the new Matchroom
plans
home.
to do business out there for time to
I
come.
feel like I can't really like grasp what the vibe is going to be like.
Have you guys ever been out to the Middle East?
Not to the Middle East. So I think it's just going to be like a whole new experience. But at the same time, like, to be very honest, it's going to be, I feel like we're going to be in and out. Like, we're going to be there for a while, like before the actual fight.
To get acclimated?
Yeah, but like, I mean, sometimes my head is just down and like we're training and I'm like, so it's like, I don't know if I'll be able to go see the sights and all that because I'm just going to be like tunnel vision.
So y'all didn't add time on the back end?
No,
not yet. We still didn't even do our flight stuff, but
yeah, we just have
I don't
like
know.
planning at this point.
But it's like if you win, you're so excited, you just want to come home and see your people. And
So
if you
they don't
lose,
do
you just
the
wanna-
travel for you?
They do, but we just
Yeah.
haven't ironed out the exact details
right.
yet.
We've talked about what we want to do as far as like making sure that we're smart enough to get out because it's like a whole day. It's like 13 and a half hours just to fly there. By the time you get there, you're 9 hours ahead. So you're really close to 24 hours. So it's like just that alone and making sure like everybody's on the same page, bringing out people to train with and photographers or whatnot, and just making sure that our stuff is on point.
So how long before you guys
I was
thinking?
gonna ask the same
Because
thing.
I mean, obviously, the only fight overseas has been the Katie fight professionally. So how soon are you guys thinking?
2.5 weeks maybe
Okay.
before. Yeah,
Okay.
2.5 weeks. I figure a
I
day or
think
two.
I think that's more than enough.
Yeah, I think the day or two will probably be a little jet lag, maybe even 3 days at the worst case, and then we'll pick it up from there. But I think 2.5 weeks is good. That's
What do you think about running the minute you get there? Like a nice long run to get tired. That's what Devin Haney decided to do when he went to Australia.
Yeah.
He
So
said
like
to tire himself out.
to make sure he falls to sleep.
Oh, to catch up with the time.
Yes.
Right? I mean, I think so.
Like soon as he landed, he started but he
That's
he
smart.
ran.
I mean, I feel like everybody has their thing. So if he knows like that's what's gonna do it, I think I'm gonna be tired. I was tired after this flight here. So I think I'm gonna
From
just be
Chicago?
Well, we were like we said we were on the tarmac for 2
Yeah.
hours before
Oh,
we
wow.
flew out. So it's like
Why?
yeah, the flight they said the plane was too heavy, and I was like, y'all need to get off. Just go ahead.
Right, they were
Damn.
taking shit off the plane.
They like burned fuel and took stuff off the plane. I was like, this is bananas. So,
Whoa.
Yeah.
but I think, the first couple of days and then, I mean, we're early birds anyway. So what we normally have to do is like the week of the fight, start staying up later and later because I don't want to be yawning at 8:30.
They saying in the chat the flight gonna make Jessica old.
It might. Shit. Fuck.
Yo, so I gotta ask because I don't know if this has came out, but what time? Like, are they fighting nighttime there, or is it to accommodate primetime US?
I think it would be like 4 o'clock here, because that's kind of like where the Anthony Joshua fight landed, right? It was like maybe 3 or 4 o'clock.
Well, I'm at, Anthony Joshua, is different. I don't know. Like, we've seen fights in the same venue in Etihad where they do it fucking Sunday morning to accommodate US.
I think it's going to be super like midnight.
So you don't know yet?
We don't know. No, that's
Bro,
kind of
that's something to know, because,
Right.
I mean, if you're going to be fucking fighting Sunday morning at 6, 7 a.m., you probably should, prepare. I don't know. Like, that's
what time is sparring? I hate when people try to
too high
make a big deal about that. Like,
I agree.
Most of the gyms I go to, y'all sparring at 11, 10, 9, 12. So it's not that big a
we
difference.
spar probably like 4 p.m.
Oof.
Yeah.
But
you're
that's
closer to
on
night.
certain days.
Yeah,
Before
for
we
sure.
left to come here, we sparred at like 7:30
In the morning. Yeah, but that's
See,
just
so your
like-
body's already used to fighting in the morning.
No, and I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure you guys are still doing the strength and conditioning in
Yeah.
the morning.
4:45.
Bro, yeah, I was there with them. Rick thought I was.
Oh, you on that Canelo shit, doing strength and conditioning and boxing the same day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sparring the
Usually
same
she
day.
works out about 3 times a day.
we don't do strength and conditioning and sparring the
Oh,
same day,
okay.
but we do have multiple workouts.
What's your thoughts on Canelo doing that same day?
Wait, doing the same what?
Strength and conditioning and sparring on the same day.
And or running. He says he wants to have his legs tired so he can, obviously emulate being tired in the ring and having to dig through that.
So he'll run a long distance and then spar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're basically on the same schedule as us. They're like
Yeah.
doing 2 or 3s a day.
Yeah.
So
He
I mean,
actually
they
works
spread
out
it
a little
out.
less than
They
we do.
spread it out pretty well.
How
Like,
far is he running? I think that's an important.
I don't know if he gave out the miles.
I think that's an important number to know, because like that would kind of say a lot. But like Rick doesn't let me run more than 2 miles, and most of the time it's like a mile and a half, and you just do it fast, because it's like people are out here
What
running.
pace? You use a watch or a map my run or anything
Just
like that?
no, I don't. I actually don't run outside anymore. I haven't ran outside since like 2019.
So treadmill.
Yeah.
You have the little curvy one?
We have that
strength
too.
and conditioning has that. That's crazy.
I
but-
hear it's hard. They got one in Top Rank.
It's really, I mean, you control it. So if you're on the curve, that's when you're going really fast, and if you're on the dip, then that's when you slow down. So you can control it, but it's like it's kind of wild to just go for it, just like. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good emulation to do, but I don't think I would do that. Like I think I don't. Like this last fight, the commentators were like, "Oh, can she keep this pace?" And "Oh, this is like real a lot." And I'm like, "We train for this." Like, my legs were fresh. Everything was fresh. Like I was like mad. It only went like 3 rounds. Like I was ready to go.
I'm out there with clickers, clicking punches. I know where a punch count should be in 2 minutes in sparring to emulate what we're gonna get fight night. It's always like 50%. So I make sure the numbers. Jess is throwing about 110, 120 punches in sparring around. So in fight night, she throws about 50, 55, high 50s. So that is spot on. That's what I'm looking for.
You guys sparring 2 or 3 minute rounds?
2-minute rounds.
Okay.
And everything, like, that's the thing, too. Even with all my female fighters, they don't run more than 2 miles a day. Like, I hear some fighters like, hey, I just ran 5 miles. And that's crazy to me. You fight 20 minutes. You ran 5 miles. They're doing 5 miles in, 35 minutes or whatever. So that doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, but that's a 12-round fight.
Yeah, no, he's saying for a woman fighter.
Yeah, for
Woman.
really, yeah. And really,
a championship fight for
You're
Jess
right.
is 20
yeah,
minutes.
it's a lot. So when I hear the 5 miles, I feel like they're just beating up their bodies.
We
I'm
used
like,
to-
just do 2 miles a day.
We used to do 3-minute rounds, and then you switched it in between the Sicily
The
fights?
second, going into the second Sicily fight, I switched it because I felt Jess was getting warmed up, and then the round ended, and I'm like, man, this is not working the way I thought.
Yeah, I always feel like if you, like, down here, Keyshawn was doing 4-minute rounds, but I feel like, okay, you want to do that as the A side because you want to push yourself, but as the B side sparring partner, I'm going to pace myself now because now I got to fight this
100%.
elite level fighter
Yeah.
for 4 minutes. Hold up.
That's a good
let
point.
Me,
Yeah.
let me get defensive and get on
And
the back foot.
They slow
Yeah,
you
that's
down.
actually-
Yeah,
That's
they
a
don't.
really good
I don't
point,
know
yeah.
why they do that whole 5-minute rounds in the TMT. It's like
Yeah.
Bro, who the fuck? Like, I know I got to do 8 minutes in one round. Oh, shit. I'm pacing. Here's the jab. I'm taking a back step.
And the other thing, too, it's like you know what you can do in 2 minutes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
and if you
studied
train
the
for
2
2
minute
minutes, she can be like,
He used
you know,
to
and know
always-
what you got.
Exactly,
He
right?
used to always be like, you got to get started faster. And I'm like, I'm trying. Like, I don't, like, it was just like in my head, I'm trying to like put together some kind of equation of like get started faster. And that's what helped.
Yeah, for sure. Because I felt like we tweaked everything. Because before I'd be like, hey, Jess, run 3 miles. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, this is too much.
Are you guys working out at all while you're here?
Yeah.
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 We tried to get sparring with your girl, Hollywood. But she
The
hasn't-
Chant?
Yeah,
She said no?
well, she hasn't responded to me. I don't know what happened. What, Hollywood, Desiree.
Yeah,
Desiree.
Desiree.
Yeah, she hasn't
Let
hit
me
me
see
back
what I
yet.
can do. I got
Yeah.
someone that helped her get that other fight she just had.
That was a good fight for her because I tried to get my other fight, that other girl. That was a great fight for her. It was a good win. The girl was like 5-1 or something. That was a good.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good win for her.
So you're looking for welterweight sparring?
Yeah,
Only females?
yeah. For now,
So you don't spar? She doesn't spar men?
she only spars men, but it's got to be like the right guy. You know what I mean? Like maybe 140-pound guys, or maybe 150.
26? No, too small.
Too small, but like 150-pound guys without.
126-pound man is too small.
Yeah, because I just think that they throw too much, and like so they're like volume based.
Yes.
So I feel like that's a little unrealistic what I'm looking at. I need Jess to like move her head. If she goes in there with someone too small, she'll walk through them, and then we're not working on defense. You know what I mean? So
Danny, who you got in mind?
You ain't got nobody in the chat?
He said.
Hey, in the chat.
Yeah, she said in the chat. Well, shit, 40-pound guy.
Bo,
First-
what you weighing these days?
About 165, and I'm down if she down. I
we got the ring
No,
12 feet away.
Yeah.
Your boy said he
There's
heard
a
his
ring
hand.
downstairs.
He heard his hand. He already out. He gonna be one punch
I,
on me.
I didn't want to shake their hand with my right hand because my knuckles was like skin peeling from hitting the bag. But I'm with it. I ain't tripping.
Yo, my man's Bo go downstairs and hit the bag
With
and-
no gloves.
no gloves, no hand wraps,
I was gonna ask
in
him,
khakis. You know,
In khakis, no.
but
Yo.
khakis and Timberlands.
no.
If I get in a-
Khakis,
if I get in a
his
fight, that's how I'ma be
his-
dressed.
His polo boat shoes and a a polo a nice little polo tee, man.
But I was thinking like Sean Brewer for the smaller weight. Then you mentioned females. I was like Serena McCoy. Them people I know that's kind of around the weight.
Yeah,
but
Serena's smaller, right? Like
Serena
135?
McCoy ain't gonna answer the phone either.
Yeah.
And I was thinking Sean Brewer too. I was thinking Sean. He's not.
Who's that? I
He's
feel
not
like
an like he's not a high volume. He's more of a slick fighter, but that might not help if Chantelle
No.
Cameron's not slick because he's
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jab. You would have like
That's
you would
a
have
clear-
to be you.
He slick
And-
like who? Slick like
Floyd-esque,
yeah. Oh, okay.
you know?
That's a big
Yeah,
stretch.
you know what I mean? but that style, you know, like
That's
the
a
pot
big
shot.
stretch.
The pot
It's an
shot.
attempt,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, he likes to be on his toes with the like that little one step over. You know what I'm saying? But he's nice. He's nice. I seen him spar Angelo Leo. I
Yeah,
think.
but I think too small. Too,
You think
'cause
he's too small? I
he's
feel like
short.
he's tall.
Really? I feel like
he's definitely thinner. Damn, Jessica, he's definitely thinner than you.
I mean, he's a
I
featherweight.
got my extra small on today.
Yeah, he's a featherweight.
Damn, I'm saying no pay. What you mean? Work with a champ.
They said, "What's pay?" Oh, man.
That's for Hollywood. What you paying?
What she paying? Is that what she said?
That's what they said. Unfortunately, I said work.
Is that her or is
I
that
said
her?
no pay. Work with the chance. He said we don't give out free work to
What-
world champions. Sorry, that's the handler
Of
Oh,
who?
okay.
of
Of
Hollywood.
Well, she did already.
Yeah, we already sparred with her.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why. They ain't, they don't, You were there. What do you think? Were you there for that one? Or
I
no?
don't-
Nah, I
don't
wasn't.
think so.
Oh.
No.
I
Yeah.
wasn't. I was there. That's what I'm saying. I was there when Summer sparred somebody at
Capetillo
Capetillo.
Yeah.
and Olivia was there.
Yeah, we're going to probably try to get that Desiree fight, Hollywood chick in Summer at some point. I tried to make that fight in California. I think she was just asking for too much for me to pay.
For Hollywood and Summer?
Yeah.
Bro, why? It's too soon. Hollywood got like one fight or two fights.
She's 2-0. I mean,
Summer's like 7-0.
she wants to
Yo,
smoke.
this Rick
She-
guy is a fucking killer,
Wait,
man.
no, did she not come here?
No,
and
no,
call
you
Summer out? Does
always.
that happen? Is
yo,
that,
he
is that what
always.
happened?
Yo, I see.
Well, how we know?
No,
When
I
I
like
get- when
you
I get
though.
called
I
out-
like you, and you should love him as the man of your life.
No,
He's
but I
like
get
he's
called
putting
out.
his women first and making sure they get every advantage. But
100%.
Jesus, let that girl get some
Wait,
experience.
she came on your show and called us out.
Bro.
Is that not what happened?
Prospects call champs out all the time.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh
but
my
you're,
goodness.
When
But
I
he
do
said- he
something,
did
see
say
how hard he is on me?
eventually. He did
Nah,
say
you're hard on
eventually.
me.
Yo,
Like,
yeah, I don't
you
know.
hold me
He
to
didn't
my
say
word.
tomorrow.
He's had a long week, I guess.
He didn't
man.
say
Yeah, I was
tomorrow.
gonna say,
He did
hard
say
on me nuts
eventually.
because I feel like everyone calls me out on my word. Then when I call them out on word, we're like,
I'm
wait,
just
wait.
saying. But we know she's a prospect. It's like, who's calling like big names out right now? That like Ryan calls everybody out. He don't fight nobody.
Ryan Garcia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, we hear you, but we don't believe you.
Wait.
God damn.
We shouldn't believe her.
How many are you? You're not even here for a week. It's only
No, we're
one
just
day.
here.
So you want one day or how many days? Because
We just wanted it this morning. Tell
They're
her.
trying to do a week.
A week where? What?
I know you don't have a week.
No,
so
but
not
she's
here.
not she's not at the level for a week. She's at 6 rounds. Like,
so it's
you know what I
only
mean?
one day or two.
Just one. And I think like if they don't, I'm not even interested. You know what I mean? At this point, it's like,
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, man.
Like
we're
we're
giving
here
you-
to work the broadcast tomorrow, so of course we always like no days off. So when
Yeah,
we're
we just
here,
like to
we're
get
gonna,
around.
we're gonna
Right.
get work. So
No, for sure. So, right now, you've been sparring already, though?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She ready to
Out
go.
here?
No,
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 no.
When
no.
you guys get in town?
Last night.
Last
Oof.
night, like late.
Wow, thank you so much for waking up. You know how many
Yeah.
people like, bro, I'm sorry, 8 a.m. is too
Nah.
early.
Yeah, we went to sleep at like 2 a.m. last night.
Yeah.
Wow. Partying?
No,
No, they-
we just did
I
the
just-
walk around.
so what?
really.
It's the weed.
No, they could you could land in Vegas and go
Bro,
out. What are
nah,
you talking
no.
about?
That's
They,
true.
they already explained it earlier that they was too heavy. They had to wait 2 hours. Then they took off. They didn't land till midnight. So by
Yeah.
the time they landed, they got their
We
bags.
did we
But
did like
nothing's
a, we
closed
did like
at
a walk
midnight.
around, but then it
Yeah,
was
we
like that
Exactly.
was
You
it.
see? So you're wrong. Nothing's closed at midnight.
No, that's what I was
What the
telling
hell?
Jess.
No,
I said,
but-
Jess, I remember we used to come here and be like 1 a.m. I'll be out by 1:30 in the morning, and then that was cool
That's
because
when you
everything
start.
was open.
That's when
Yeah.
you
I
I feel
start.
like everything's closed these days. There are some nightclubs that are open.
So
but there's-
200, man, and they said they'll guarantee she makes her work.
No.
Come
I
on,
mean-
man. She's a 1-0 fighter. She need to eat.
No, listen. I don't even have problem paying it.
We-
Like I've
we
been trying to get a
always
hold of
pay
her for a
our-
month,
yeah.
and
All
like
right, but you ain't talked to the manager. I got the manager. And now I'm
That-
gonna
that-
give you the
that's-
She has a
manager's
manager?
number.
That-
She's got a manager now.
she didn't have a manager last time, and that was I talked to her a month ago.
She's got a manager, and she also got a fight.
Ness pay the money and
Since
then let us
the
record.
last time you talked, did she not get a win?
Yeah,
Someone did that.
Yeah, well,
yeah, but
Ness,
that's Roy.
Ness
Eagle,
pay the
but-
money and then they let us
we'll
record.
pay the 200. Let us live stream.
Yeah,
it.
I know how. I know she.
Come on.
I know how. I know she got that fight.
I don't think there's anywhere they'll let you do that because she's good for a good solid 4 rounds, and then it's like kind of downhill from there. I don't know if they'll do that, and it's like, and then I'm gonna look bad, like, oh, why is the champ beating up on this 1-0?
Yeah,
I just
all
need
the time.
some. I just
No.
need.
Nah,
to
I
move my
already said
head.
it. He put it out there. I
just
said,
need
"Can
to
I pay
move
the
my
200?
head.
But I want to record."
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's my birthday, man. I want
Oh,
to
it's
see
your birthday?
somewhere. Yeah,
Happy birthday, player.
Happy birthday, fellow Virgo.
yeah. May 26th.
Wait. Actually, today's your
Yeah,
birthday.
Shout out Adam Arenas.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, and you feel horrible you didn't bring his hat.
Yeah,
Bro,
I do.
no, you know what's funny? I got
actually
the
do.
messages. Yo, I got the messages when I scheduled Rick a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh, you get in Thursday.
That's
boom.
right.
Friday's my birthday, bro. We gonna get you in Friday morning. You in the champ.
forgot.
You in the champ. He's like, yeah. I'm gonna bring the hat. I'm gonna bring the hat.
I'm gonna mail it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the hat.
Wait. So
I'm gonna
I have
mail it
both hats. So should I just mail it
to one spot.
to your
Yeah,
house, Ness?
yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's.
So you're gonna have to send me the new house because you got like 6 houses now. Ferraris in the parking lot, 6 houses. Just give me one of the house address. We're gonna send it there.
Yo, you should see the Escalade he's working on now.
Must be
That
nice.
Escalade's next, right? After you got the vet, Escalade's next.
I
hiring?
think I'm gonna get rid of the
You
vet.
hiring?
I think I'm gonna get rid of the vet. It's beautiful. It does its job. Like the fighters love it.
Yeah.
But at times I need more space.
Yeah, no
You
doubt.
know what
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like it's cool for just me, but I'm not always alone.
Yeah,
Like even with me and Danny, sometimes I want to throw my arm over my seat. You can't even do that in the vet
Yeah.
because the window's there. So even if he wasn't there, I can't even go like that. Like there's no backing up. Like I mean, it's got his camera, so you don't have to turn. But it's just like
Danny,
whatever.
But you
The
had
trouble-
you
the
had
trouble
your
for
time, so it's like
Rich guy problems.
nah,
Bro, no, let me tell you, this man, he ballsy. Yo, so I don't even think he hadn't even moved here yet. So he's traveling back and forth. and we had Ken Porter on the show, so he invited us to come watch some sparring, and Ness was talking about the Corvette. So Ken's like, oh yeah, I'll bring mine. Mind you, he had already bought it. Never sat in one. I'm like, bro, you're 6'5". You're 6'5". You just bought a very expensive vehicle that you've never sat in, that you might not fit in.
Right.
So it was interesting because
He's like, I'm gonna make this work.
bro, I'm 5'10". I wouldn't have bought that fucking car if I'd never sat in it.
Yeah.
Cause it's like,
It's not bad though. Is it that bad?
no, it's not bad.
No.
No, it's super comfortable. I'm still going back and forth. I'm not disrespectful. I'm
No, I
just
get
trying to make it happen. It's so crazy because now it's turned into how people change things for women. It's like, yo, I got Devin Haney sparring on my channel. I got like the biggest name sparring on my channel. It's not about because she's a woman. And I actually have her last sparring. I recorded it in Bones Gym. She wanted me to record it. So it's a new manager. So they're trying to change the way that she did things, which is cool.
Yeah, I get it.
Which is cool because, hey,
Who's
you
the guy?
shouldn't have sparring out there.
Who is the guy?
It's actually a female
Oh,
manager.
is it? All right, yeah.
Serafina,
Oh, I think you're from New Jersey?
New York.
Oh,
New York.
okay, yeah, no. We're good.
But yeah, champs. So tomorrow night, big fight. Obviously, you've been doing a lot of commentating lately. Do you foresee that being I don't know, I guess once the retirement comes, something that you get into?
I think it'll be very close to how it is now, just kind of like here and there, because the crazy like travel that these guys have to do on a regular basis, and like I bring him with me everywhere, and like he's got the gym and fighters, so it's not like something that seems feasible going forward. And so I mean, here and there, you know, and I want to make sure that my value stays up. If you're always there, you dilute yourself, and people don't get excited about seeing you. So maybe another like 4 to 6. What did we say? 4?
Maybe 5 or 6 fights a year.
Yeah, something like that.
Big ones are like, we were lucky enough to get a lot of big ones. You know, the Katie, Serrano, Ryan Garcia, Canelo,
Teofimo, I was pretty
Teofimo.
big.
Those are good fights to commentate on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Or to host, or whichever position they put her in. But those are big stages. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. So are you doing the undercard then?
No,
Or is it the
not like the pre-show, obviously, but then the undercard. I don't know what they're gonna have me do this time. I don't know if they're gonna have me ringside or if they're gonna have me in the host position. I kind of don't really find out till last minute, but I know they said something about. I think it might just be more of the host position and talking about like the training. Me as a fighter talking about the training and the preparation that both Triple G and Canelo have put in, and their fight styles from the previous fights and things like that, and kind of what you expect as a fighter going into this fight.
Who you picking in that fight?
I'm picking Triple G because
Whoa.
I feel like everybody's
Right,
gonna pick
I
The
kinda
Canelo.
older guy, the irony in that.
I said that.
I know, but
I'm going.
the team.
I'm going to younger.
This
I'm going
team
Canelo.
likes calling people old.
He's
well, no, he's going Canelo.
He's
I'm
going
going
Canelo.
Canelo, yeah.
I'm going Triple G because I like to go against the grain, and I feel like everybody's going Canelo.
Yeah.
But I love Triple G's the way that he fights. He's very just textbook in the way that he throws his punches. Like I love his left hook. You know, a lot of people, like Rick says, drag their left hook, which means putting their shoulder first before they throw it. And he's just very like, he just seems like kind of a robotic in the better ways of being robotic. But I just love the way that he fights. So I think everybody's kind of just saying like, hey, Triple G's old. He's had too many fights. He doesn't have power, you know, and I think that they also say he's slow, which I think he is a little bit slow in his combination, the way he puts his punches together. But I feel like he's got good power. I feel like he knows when, like his timing is good. So I'm just kind of want to see what he brings to the table tonight.
Who do you got, Ness?
I'm picking Canelo by decision.
Oh, you don't think he'll stop him?
No. I think everybody believes that because they believe Triple G's gotten older. But remember, he's got 8 pounds. He never had that before, that luxury.
I
He's
get
been
it.
at 60 forever.
doubt. No
So if
doubt.
anything, he's rejuvenated. Not to mention,
New
you
coach.
know,
He got a new
you
trainer.
can tell us
Who?
better.
Triple G
Jonathan
got-
Banks.
Yeah, I got a new
You can tell us
they've
better
been together for a
about
couple fights, though.
Yeah.
getting up for certain opponents. Like this
Oh,
is an
yeah.
opponent I believe Triple G
Oh,
is
yeah.
motivated
I agree.
for.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I don't see
So
knockout.
it was same thing with you then?
I kind of have to like Michael Jordan it. You know, he used to just put like crazy stuff in his head that wasn't even there. You know, like people like saying something and they never said it. You know, I kind of have to do that
to get up for the opponent.
Yeah, me too. I feel.
Yeah, like this last fight, I'm like, can we curse out here?
Absolutely.
Like, fuck this fucking Alma girl thinks she more Mexican than me. Fuck that. I'm coming out here with my Zapata on and like I was like, and then we got the music going. Like even talking about it gives me chills because it was like man, I'm out here to show my people. I'm out here. I'm representing, and Mexican people love fighters. Like that's why a lot of Mexican people are talking about Triple G because they know he's a fighter. They know he's down for the scrap. So there's a lot of Mexican people that are going for Triple G. You know, they might not say it too publicly, but that's the truth.
No, there's shirts out here, Mexicans for Triple G.
That's crazy.
It's been 4 years or so.
No, but
That's
the thing is that with Canelo, like no matter what, he will never be Mexican enough.
Everyone is like that, right? Like Oscar was like that.
People don't see it, but it's true. Like when he fought Chavez, bro, I don't think I called more family in Mexico during that time because it was like I really wanted it. Everybody said 50-50. They're like, yeah, the people.
But you're talking about De La Hoya, you're talking about
Canelo, Chavez Jr.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it was like because of the father.
Oh, so you think that's why he's maybe saying like I don't want to fight Mexicans anymore because he's afraid to like for the Mexican fans to hate him?
I think that's bullshit for real.
90 seconds.
But I just think that Chavez it was kind of like a Tito thing. Like Tito was so loved by the people, Chavez was so loved by the people that I'm gonna be honest, like Canelo will never be loved that way.
Yeah.
He will never be accepted that way. Like, bro, Chavez was out here wilding, doing crazy shit. You get what I'm saying? And the people still love him, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but man, I was saying Canelo could move up, beat Tyson Fury, and this was before the Bivol loss.
Yeah.
I'm like, he could move up, beat Tyson Fury, and the people still would say Chavez was greater. Even though I think that what Canelo has accomplished, he's already surpassed Chavez.
Yeah.
As far as accomplishments.
It's just a love that the fans have. It's just, we can't break that sometimes.
And another thing, too, it's like, you know, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. would walk around and shake hands and hug people and, you know, remember how many times you see him holding a baby? You know what I mean? Somebody's kid and taking pictures with everyone, and you don't really get that. You can't get, like, within 10 feet of Canelo sometimes. You know what I mean? And
maybe that's what it is.
And he barely speaks.
Yo, he's
not really a smiling person. But let me get to some of these questions before they get up out of here.
Hold on. I just wanted to say this because I thought this was pretty fucking gnarly. Yo, his security detail is FBI personnel.
You're talking about Canelo. Yeah, they kidnapped his brother or something, didn't they? Or something like that?
They did kidnap his brother.
He was negotiating the fight while they had his brother ransomed.
It was fight week. It was fight week. It was the Rocky Fielding. It was the Rocky Fielding fight week.
That's crazy.
And you talking about a woman having a baby.
I thought it was... I thought it was...
How many years did Canelo lose, Rick? He was stressed out.
It was Abney Yildirim fight, wasn't it?
No,
it was after the fight, he announced it in the ring.
No. It wasn't...
In Miami.
No, it was the Rocky Fielding fight. But what occurred was the interview that he did with that fucking amazing dude.
It broke for that other fight.
Yeah, it literally dropped right after the Yildirim fight. It was going into the Billy Joe. So the interview came out during that time where he revealed it.
Right.
That's what occurred. He had just revealed it during that time.
Word.
I got Rue in the 504 New Orleans. For Jessica, care to elaborate on your comments that you are not impressed by any of the other top female boxers?
I feel like a lot of the, I guess, who people would call top, like Claressa or maybe Michaela Mayer, like some of these people, they don't work as hard as maybe they should, and maybe that's me thinking like they need to set a better example for these other fighters that are coming up, male or female. Like they have camps, they gain a lot of not Claressa, but Chantelle Cameron gains a lot of weight. I feel like that's a very dangerous thing to do, and you're showing people that that's like something that's okay. And I just feel like you should be working all year round. And then a lot of people have comments like, oh well, they called me for this fight and I wasn't ready. And it's like you have to always be ready. And I feel like a lot of these people are just up there because fans like them, not because of what they do. And I think they all should be working harder and setting better examples.
You don't think Michaela Mayer works hard?
I don't. I just know that she talks about camp. And so, like, I think she's, like, in and out and kind of does her thing. And then she goes back to, I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
I see Alicia Baumgardner definitely teasing her that she's going to struggle to make the weight. But I mean, she's relatively thin and throws probably the most punches in the female boxing. So I don't think she doesn't work. Like you will be exhausted throwing the amount of punches she throws.
Michaela Mayer? You talking? I'm literally.
I thought that was sarcasm.
No.
Like,
what's her
Michaela-
punch count?
Yeah,
Like, what's her
I
punch?
don't know. I think her against Hamaducha, I had to say her name wrong. I think her punch count was
when
very high.
doesn't she throw?
I don't know. I don't watch her.
You think it's
I
average?
don't even know. I don't even watch her.
literally-
To be honest with you, I don't even
She's
watch
coming. Ain't she 35?
Nah, she like 30. You talking about
No,
Michaela
she's
Mayer?
yeah,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
a little
with
bit
top
older than
rank.
30.
No. The weight.
Oh,
You talking about
both.
weight or age?
Wait, I'm talking
30.
weight.
Oh
30,
yeah,
yeah.
But like Alicia Baumgardner's always in the gym. Jess
Yeah.
is always in the gym. Like
Yeah.
they're, you know, and
Rick,
I think like, you know, I'll say I think we kind of have a chip on our shoulder, which some would say, because like people with gold medals and people who've been in the amateur Team USA and all this other stuff, like they should be where they're at. There's no doubt, right? We shouldn't even be here. We shouldn't even be in conversations. But this is like hard work, you know, sticking up for ourselves, fighting the whole boxing world. Because I feel like every time I feel like I tell the truth. I feel like I give my truth. You could disagree, but it's my truth. You know, this is the way I see it from my eyes. I feel like we get ridiculed for telling the truth. Like, oh, so-and-so's not that good. Everyone goes crazy because we know like a different side of it maybe. I don't know. Sorry, go ahead, Danny.
Mr.
No, I was gonna ask. I did an interview with you and Jess, New York, for the
Yeah.
Teo fight. It was almost a year ago now. But in that interview, you told me that Alicia Baumgardner to you is like a smaller Jess.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, and we talked about that fight. Obviously, you know, we thought.
And that's a compliment, by the way, to
Well,
Alicia.
yeah, no,
Baumgardner.
and that's what I was alluding to. So we
Yeah.
thought at that point that hopefully we'd get those two ladies in the ring for Undisputed. Won't be the case, but
Yeah.
now that the fight is official, should have happened a few days ago. Can you kind of elaborate a little more on that? And can you kind of break that fight down for us?
Yeah, I think, you know, like kind of like, you know, Jess, we took a fight a little too early. Like she fought, what's that girl's name? Leonardo 2. She might have took that fight a little too early, maybe 2 or 3 fights too early, and she got that loss. So, and the other thing too is Jess and Alicia were not signed with Matchroom until we proved ourselves by taking a massive risk, by taking a hard fighter, by taking those, you know, opportunities. So they're kind of in the same boat. Like Matchroom isn't signing female American women. Like look at O'Shea Jones. She should be signed. Like I'm shocked that she hasn't got signed, you know, and I don't know if anyone's offered her anything, but like my point to that is like for Americans, females have to work harder to get signed than anyone really. Cause I don't think any European promoters are signing females unless you upset their fighter. And that's what Alicia did with Terry Harper. That's obviously what we did. So it's like, you know, we have to work American female boxers have to work a little harder to get signed because, you know, we just don't have the support here in the States right now.
Do you believe, and obviously I know you guys work with Matchroom, and they've been doing, in my opinion, a great job with the ladies, but do you believe that things are getting better? We just seen Top Rank now sign their second lady in Senicia Estrada. More networks getting involved. It seems like people are being more invested. Do you think that that's the case with women's boxing?
In America, no. Because, I mean, anybody would sign Seniesa. Seniesa did all the work. You know what I mean? Senesa's phenomenal. You know what I mean? That's like an easy sign. I'm surprised. I was shocked when Matchroom, and again, I don't even know. I'd have to ask Seniesa. I'm shocked that she didn't go to Matchroom on her own. But I think that was an easy sign for Top Rank. I mean, Golden Boy pretty much, and Senesa's team did all the work, and then they just picked her up when she was already at the top. So I'd like to see more people from scratch developed. That would be... Then I would feel like they're doing something. But to sign someone who's already has a world title, who's already a star,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's
just
a no-brainer.
It's maintaining right now. Like the one girl that she's lighter. She was with Golden Boy. She re-signed. They showed that she re-signed.
Marla Esparza?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Marla
yeah.
Esparza.
She re-signed.
Which is crazy because she's the one that lost to Senisa.
Right, like
So they
there's
chose to
much-
let go the other one.
Yeah, I
Because
don't know.
obviously Senisa won it out, but they didn't make her happy and kept the one that lost, which is weird.
Yeah, I mean, they should. I mean, Golden Boy showed Marla Esparza a lot of love since day one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that could be a relationship issue. That could be a financial issue. They might have got Marla Esparza a little early and they get a little bit cheaper. I'm sure Senisa wants big money. So it could be either one of those things, but I definitely think it's something. Because, I mean, with all due respect to Marla Esparza, I would have went with Senisa. You know?
No, for sure.
Mr. Adore, which is another female that did well off of her pregnancy. Mr. Adore, for Mccaskill and Coach Ramos, if you go undisputed in 2 divisions and then beat Teller at 135 for undisputed, do you have the rightful claim to call yourself the GOAT? Can't wait for this Cameron fight. Going to be a tough one.
But that would be three-time undisputed, right?
Yeah, nobody's done that, right? I mean, it's not like we're looking to go down to do that. We're looking to go up to do that because I think that would be an amazing challenge. Like, I mean, I can't wait to see who wins out of, Terry Harper and Rankin. Yeah. I think that's going to be an awesome fight. And then, if they do the Natasha Jonas versus the winner, that's going to be a really good fight. So I think it's a harder thing for me to go up and possibly face Hannah Rankin, who's probably naturally, I'm just going to add 10 pounds, like 165. Yeah. And I don't hit 60 anything ever. So it's like, I think that's a really big challenge, and I think that's what we always want to go to. And the whole Katie thing is like, it's just old by now. Like, how many times do we have to say yes, and when is Katie going to do something about it? Or if she's not really the one that makes the decisions and she's just a puppet, when are her people going to do something about it? So it's like, we're done with that, but we always go up.
I feel like if we go undisputed at 140, we really don't need Katie for your legacy. That's 100% a financial fight at that point. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because they're going to try to get us to Ireland. They're going to try to, do what I would do on the other side. So it's really, if she's 2-time undisputed, already concrete in the Hall of Fame, I think she's a Hall of Famer now, but that would solidify it.
But as a fighter, you want that rematch. Tell this guy, what is he talking about? As a fighter, you want the rematch.
I would do whatever she wants, for sure.
It's so many games, and it's like we've literally been talking about the rematch since 2017.
Yeah. No, I know, it's been a long time.
And it's like, again, like kind of like...
Wait, hold up. We meaning Matchroom, Brian Peters, Kate, not just Jessica. They have sit-down meetings.
I hear you, but guess what? Guess what? Today, we're discussing that yesterday it was leaked that Earl and Bud are finally going to fight. Yeah. So, 17 isn't long because Earl and them been waiting longer. Pac and Mayweather waited longer.
I mean, technically, no, because Bud didn't move up till 18, but it was April of 18. You and Katie fought December 17. So, damn near just as long.
Right. I just never want to put my career on hold or take a path for something that could possibly not happen. Kind of like the Claressa conversation. It's like Claressa got to do her thing. She's going to fight Savannah Marshall. And while she's doing that, I have to figure out my own path. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. I do have a question for you guys, though.
What's up?
I don't know who Katie's fighting for this.
I don't think they announced it yet.
But, like... What is your thoughts about Katie fighting like Cyborg or like Holly Holm? Like, what are your...
Definitely not Holly Holm. Even though Holly Holm has more boxing experience than Cyborg, but, I feel like Katie... and the Cyborg is a good commercial fight to bring more eyeballs to women's boxing.
You would want to see that as a boxing.
I'm not saying would want. I would watch.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's not what I want.
And I will say Cyborg can fight a little bit. She got hands a little bit for a girl.
She sparred
who's
Claressa.
in MMA. Yeah, she can move.
She had Claressa in camp one time.
I know she can move. I saw her.
I'm not gonna lie.
But she's older.
I'm surprised. You like to say. I'm surprised it hasn't happened, and I hope one day it does happen. Hopefully you guys can do it if
you mean
interest.
Those specific people or
I was gonna say the WWE route. Like no, I'm not being funny. Like, and I'm not saying go full. I'm saying do the Floyd, do the Tyson Fury. Yo, their following is more than the UFC and the sport of boxing combined.
It has like always been
combined. Like they did their last fucking WrestleMania at Cowboy Stadium was a 2-day event with 100,000 people
per day.
Back-to-back days.
That's insane.
Doesn't your son like wrestling?
He did. I don't know if he still does. He's grown now, but yeah.
I got a few before you.
Can I say one more thing?
But what made you bring up the crossover fights? Because I'll say that I think that once you get to that point, I'd love to see you get in them only because of the.
Right.
Yeah.
Why not?
Really, really quick. I would love a crossover fight. We've been talking about doing crossover fight for a very long time. And it's really hard to get people to back us on the ideas that we want to do. People really try to make us go down different paths that they want. But as far as me, like, I'm not interested in seeing Cyborg fight. Like, I feel like the word played out is not the word that I'm thinking, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. Cyborg is kind of played out. When's the last, she's been losing. It's like sometimes you don't want to see people keep losing. Holly Holm, kind of same thing. she been losing. It's
No, and
like
Holly's got to be old.
Yeah.
She retired from boxing how long ago?
a long time ago.
Probably
long time ago.
10 years, probably 8 years. 10
So
years?
it's like if you're gonna do a crossover
Her
fight,
career got rejuvenated when she went to MMA.
No doubt about it.
for sure. And it's like if you're gonna do crossover with the people that are hot. Like I would even like to see like Rose crossover or like who retired Jezicek, bring her back for some kind of something or like those.
What
hot
about
names.
what about even though she lost? What about an Amanda Nunez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she just win? She just won. She
Well,
just
I'm
won
s-
again.
I feel like Nunez also, she just
got the
won.
title.
Yeah,
back.
she got
She
it
got
back.
title
But I'm
back.
saying
I feel like
Nunez
Nunez has a cleaner background and image. So yeah, I think like it would probably benefit her to come to boxing a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I brought that name up because that was a name that was being thrown out there, you know,
Yeah.
for before she lost. Obviously,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
avenged that loss, but
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's why I brought it up because I
We're
feel
in no
like
rush,
they have,
by the way,
I
unless
feel
you
like
have
they
to
have
shut us
poor
out,
picks
but-
No,
for
we're
Katie
good.
for that. I think they should do better for Katie if they're going to pick crossover names. Pick better names.
Yeah, I would
That's
pick,
all I'm
if
saying.
I was like Katie's people, I would pick location. They should do some cool shit. If you're gonna do that, put it on like a aircraft carrier in the middle of the fucking ocean and let her fight. That would be dope. Like I would try locations. Pompeii, like
okay.
you see what I'm saying?
So
Like,
on a
I was gonna
historic
ask you.
landmark.
I was gonna ask you this.
A wonder of the world.
Okay. I was gonna ask you this when we were talking about the Katie rematch. They call you for that fight.
Yeah.
Come to Dublin. Okay, you tell them, cool. Come to Chicago. We have a huge Irish
Oh,
American.
yeah.
There was
Would-
talks
would
about
you do that?
I would do.
Would you go to Dublin if they say we'll come to Chicago?
See, like
for the
everything
second one?
is like a different answer, right? So would we go to Ireland? Absolutely. The money's got to be right then, because that's a suicide mission, right? So we got to make sure. I mean, Jess would have to like knock her out, obviously, to win. So it just everything has a price, you know. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, anything's possible. But again, if we win against Chantelle Cameron, I feel like that fight we don't really need. I'd rather go to 154, and if Terry Harper and Natasha Jonas fight each other, I'd rather shoot for that. They're both really 135 pounders, a realistic fight for us to win at 154. And then maybe a catch weight, no belts, or maybe the WC will create a belt for Claressa Shields. I mean, if we're 3-time undisputed, I feel like we have a golden ticket to take a crazy shot against Claressa. And maybe we do it at 149, but rehydration clause. Something that's like realistic. And if I know that she's locked in the Hall of Fame, and I know she's 2-time and God willing 3-time undisputed, I would like give weight to Claressa to see. See what I mean? Like then things get different. But when we don't have that on a resume, it's kind of scary for me because like this is my only ticket still in the game. So until Summer starts fighting for a world title, until she becomes a world champion, I have to be smart.
But you guys see how he lined up the belts? Like he got me at 147. I have all the belts. Who else fights at 147? Summer Lynn. So when I'm done and I vacate him, it's like, here you go. You know, he's setting up his fighters, and it's like that's how it's always been. You know, it's everybody.
Rick, I gotta ask now because she just said it, and then Patreon questions. Have you ever thought about making that fight happen?
Who?
Between
Us,
Summer
me
and
Summer.
Just?
Yeah,
We've
we've
had
talked
several
about it. Like I met
conversations.
with Summer's mom
Like
and dad.
this, like
yeah,
this.
like Summer's mom and dad and Jess, and Summer's dad was like, he was like kind of livid, and he was kind of like, "Wow, why would you do that?" I said, "Yo, if both girls are making 6 figures, and this is a fight that just the universe just happens to line up, I'd step out. And I would organize and manage their camps, and I would just step out of it, and then let all 3 of us make money. I mean, either way, no matter how you look at it, the belts come home.
That's true.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So we already won. There's no losers in that.
But how do you even get Summer to that position? You need a network. You need the
Jeez,
money.
bro. If you got that answer, let me know, because I've been trying, and I'm gonna segue that into shout out to Natasha Jonas, because
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Natasha Jonas wants me to tell this, but I'm gonna say it anyways because I don't care. Natasha Jonas tried to help sign Summer with me and bring Summer to Boxer, and Ben Shalom wasn't really trying to do the deal. He doesn't really want to sign Americans at this time. So shout out to Natasha Jonas for calling. I called her. We called back and forth, and she's like, I would sign Summer Lynn with you and help you. That's Natasha Jonas. She don't have to help me. You know what I'm saying? Like we could fight her. So I thought that was super dope. So shout out to Natasha Jonas for like looking out.
For sure.
Yeah.
I got Mr. Adore that says for Mccaskill and Coach Ramos. Did we say that one?
think
Yes.
so. Yep.
KB Kojo says, who are you picking? Shields versus Marshall and Mayer versus Baumgardner.
I like this.
I feel like the last shift like makes it a little bumpy again. Like at the very beginning, I would like to see a beastly UK fighter. Like, they're very proper. They're very boxing. You know, I would love to see Savannah Marshall just be like a fucking beast and go at Claressa. I don't know if that's going to happen. I've seen like maybe one of her fights and she was bigger than the other girl. So, you know, but at first I was thinking her, then I saw them in a press conference together and I saw Savannah Marshall and sometimes you can tell a lot by what's not said. And she had on like very big clothes and I felt like she was like maybe not all the way prepared yet, and then Claressa came in looking like fucking
ripped,
jacked and ready to go. So I'm like, right now it's like Claressa, but then the whole queen decided to die on my birthday, and then now they're bumped back a whole month. Like I know what that's like.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all.
It
either.
makes a
I
big
feel
difference.
like they need a tune up. Like, you went through an 8-week camp.
Yeah.
You're
Now
right
you're just
there.
gonna
You're right.
Like 30
there.
days.
sit idle.
30
Your trainer's gonna tell you go take 2 weeks off, and you're gonna try to come back
no.
and do 7 rounds of sparring or 5. Like, it
really,
doesn't make sense.
And really, like 30 days in the fighter world to fight again is really only like 2.5 because you wind down in the 3rd week and you don't spar in the last week.
Yeah.
So it's really only 2. It's just like a weird time. 2 months is cool. 1 month is like, what the fuck? You get to eat one day and then we're back in camp like immediately.
Our
like nothing happened.
Yeah, our Cecilia fight, because of COVID, got moved from COVID dropped around like March 13, 15. We were supposed to fight April. And then they said, hey, this is on pause. And they didn't say until when. They were just like, hold it. So we went straight back into camp. And we just like went right back to being like as hard as we normally are. And then they said, hey, August. And then we were able to like finally wind down again. But for a minute, it was just like, we don't have a date and we just have to stay in shape.
Right.
So like,
I didn't think they were going to let us try to win or give us the upper hand. I thought they were going to be like, all right, next Thursday. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, we got to stay ready because I don't know what's going to happen.
For sure.
So I don't know if Claressa, you know, we always talk about Claressa and her weight, just because she's a bigger fighter anyway. And so I don't know if she's prepared to keep that weight or if she's going to bump up and then try to drop back down. Like, there's a lot of different methods on how you do it. So that kind of worries me for Claressa. And I don't know enough about Savannah Marshall to know how she would deal with that. But if Claressa can hang on through this month period, I think she'll be fine. And then Mayor Baumgardner, Baumgardner is fucking evil. That girl is ready to like chop her head off.
I thought 80-20 Claressa before the stoppage, before the delay or whatever. And then I thought 50-50 for Baumgardner, right? And then with the delay, I'm going 60-40 Claressa, and I'll go 60-40 Baumgardner. I just think that 1 month, if it was 2 months, like I said, I probably would have stayed with my initial picks, but now it's a little different. I think 30 days is just a weird time. Yeah, just enough to screw you all up.
You guys kind of answered this one, but I don't know if you want to give detail or change anything. Swift Jackson in Tampa says, yo, champ, any chance of Undisputed Showdown with the GWO? Much love from Tampa.
It's there. Rick and Claressa had a very small conversation in New York about it, and she was focused on her Savannah Marshall fight, and you know, you never want to look past the fight that's right there in front of you. So it was a conversation that was welcome to be continued later, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Claressa was like, I got shit to do. I know you guys got shit going on. You know, we'll just revisit it. But I don't think it's impossible.
Do you find it better to talk to the fighter first? Because like you didn't go to Salido or to Mark Taffet, you spoke to her. Do you think you need a commitment from the fighter before you even deal with managers or promoters about?
Yeah, because you don't know. Like, I feel like managers and promoters are managers and promoters. Like that girl, like trying to get $200 out of me to spar. You know what I mean? It's like they're doing right. Like that's what she's supposed to do, right? Like,
right.
So like yeah. So I do think like I'm not gonna get the real answer, and they're gonna try to hit me up way left for their fighter, and I get it. I totally get it. So just to hear that from Claressa. I feel like Claressa kind of, believe it or not, kind of controls.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like she has
She'll make it
80% control, where Katie, I think it's like 60-40 maybe. So I don't know. I do. To answer your question, I'd rather talk to the fighter just so I know for real.
And there's definitely times
there's some fighters who are not honest.
Do some people, like no one in her camp got upset?
With that I talked to her? Well, Claressa came out to me. It was totally casual. It wasn't like...
We were working.
Yeah, we were all at the zone. It was after the Katie Serrano fight, and she's like, Rick, could we talk? And I was like, yeah. And we just started talking about the Katie fight, or the fight for Jessica, And she's like, would you guys ever do a 147 fight? I believe
Wow.
that she said. And
Shout
I
out
said,
Claressa.
yeah. And I said, yeah, of course we would. It's just timing. You know?
Yeah, of course we would, just not 47. Like, we'll say 47, but it'll be 45, 44.
No, but again, but I also said that I would also do 49 if once we're locked in.
Yeah, once you get the undisputed. I get it.
You see
I
what
get
I'm saying?
it.
This is just like
No,
her
and,
team.
and undisputed is going to raise your purse.
Yeah, 100%. So
I
there's
mean,
things that we have to
shit.
do
Two-time.
first.
I mean, shit. Look how much the purse went up from the HBO offer
Yeah.
to fight
Right.
Cecilia to the Matchroom
That's
offer.
Yeah,
management
100%.
doing
Twice.
doing his job.
James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas says, do you have any kids? And if so, how they feel about mom getting punched for a living, even though we know the goal is to hit and not be hit?
My baby Blessing. She will be 5 in October. And I buy her all the treats and pet toys that she wants. So she knows mommy has to go and do work and then come back and bring her nice gifts. So, no, I don't have any kids. But that's
You're a
in
dog
the future.
mom.
That's in the future.
Yeah, I know. You're staring at me. I got
Okay.
you. I got you.
Nah, you got to retire first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You want to have a baby while
No.
still competing?
No.
Okay.
No.
I got casual. Are you guys sparring anybody right now? They hitting me back. Are you sparring anybody?
No, I mean, because I wanted to do it this morning, but we're kind of it's shot
Too
now.
late?
Yeah. Kind
So
of.
this is your only window
Yeah.
today?
Yeah.
Or
'cause
this morning is the
this
only
morning
window?
was our only window because we have the zone obligations that we have to do.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
That's
too
why.
late then.
Yeah, that's why I wanted it. I initially asked for 8:00 today. That was before you and I talked.
And you guys talked a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
was trying to set this up like
a
down
month
the road.
ago. I've been
Yeah,
trying.
because I was
you know
gonna say I scheduled it, shit 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
me and you
100%.
spoke, so.
100%. So
Yeah.
this is my show. Like you guys be too. I feel like you guys are too smart for the casuals. Because sometimes I'll be watching your show. I'm like, yo, Danny
Anybody
Ness,
catch
you
that?
guys are too smart for like casuals.
We're trying to teach them though. Like
100%. But I feel like a lot of stuff you guys are just way too in. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, yo, these guys are beyond it. Like sometimes you guys throw shit out there I didn't even know, and I'm like, I don't think casuals even know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I tune in. I'll be
Bro,
folding clothes
nah.
with your shit in the
Yeah.
background.
Bro, yeah. He does.
Rick texts me all the fucking time. Like he'll text me during the show and
100%.
shit. He's like, I like this kid. Like he texts me. I ain't gonna lie. He texts me. I'm not gonna say how long or how soon it was, but he texted me within the last month, and he was like, "Yo, I really like this interview." And then in my head, I'm like, "Yo, this shit's been like dragging. It's killing me."
I know what
Yeah, I
you're talking
know
about.
exactly
He's a
what
hater.
you're
He's
talking
a
about.
hater. I love that interview.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did say that's why
I got
that was
so many people reached out.
good story.
Yo, I
Yes.
felt like it got
Wait,
better.
by the way,
I
we
feel like
didn't
it
even
got
drop the
better.
name,
No.
but we all know who we're talking
Yo, I
about.
feel
It's
like-
this guy because
Yo.
his
That's because
like
that's
his
Chicago.
face
That's
shows
Chicago.
all the emotion. Like
That's Chicago.
the minute
Danny
he
go
doesn't
like
like
this, right?
something, everything just changes.
Danny go like this.
Because
Yes.
Virgo.
I
It's 'cause
know it. You're
Virgo.
Chicago. I already know. I already know. That's what I was trying to
Yo,
keep
he'll
you
be
busy.
texting me like, "Bro, I'm done. Can we get him on?" I'm
Right.
like,
I
"Yo,
text you. I woke you
chill."
up.
Man, no,
But it was a good story.
No,
It was.
it was just in the moment.
Great
I'm
story.
like, oh my,
I'll
bro.
tell you who it was after.
Casual boxing fan. I believe women's boxing is the best women's version of another sport compared to football, basketball, and tennis, etc. But what changes do you think can be made right now or next year to make women's boxing have big fights like Taylor versus Serrano yearly, or just more often in general?
There's a lot of things that probably need to change, and there's a lot of comparison between men and women, and there's this whole like let's be equal thing, but then when you break it down, there's a lot of things that are not equal for specific reasons. Like men fight 3 minutes, women fight 2 minutes, men fight 12 rounds, women fight 10 rounds. And one of the things that Rick had brought up a couple times was like box rec. Like women, they don't fight as often because the pool of women is so small, but the timeline of when you're inactive is the same as men. And it's like, maybe that should change. Like maybe
Yeah.
give women a little bit longer time before you count them inactive. And then that will help them to get fights. Because once you go inactive, I think there's a lot of things that you have to do in order to get back active, or like people aren't looking at you. Like it's just, it's
They're
kind
harder to
of
find.
harmful.
Definitely harder to find if they're
Yeah.
not active. So I had reached out to BoxRec on Twitter and I said, yo, can you make women 2 years before you hit them unactive, and they were like, no, we have to keep it the same. And I'm like, guys fight more regularly, so they're kind of always active. But like women, like there's girls who are still fighting who hasn't fought in 3 or 4 years, but they're still willing. They're in the gym, they can't get a fight. Well, I don't know that they're in. There's some girls I don't know. So if I knew she existed and she's active and she's like ranked on the BoxRec ranking, I could find her easily. See what I'm trying to say? So it's like I asked BoxRec to just open the window up for another year, and they were kind of like, no.
So how bad are women's ratings? I'm sure you know what Jessica does on television, because I got to ask, ratings. Why is Dazn investing in Misfits boxing but not in women's boxing?
I think like they have to profile build. And, you know, this goes back to what you, I, Fight Stars, everybody involved, like we tried to do the tournament style, or not even tournament, like the Fighter House reality series. Like we just got a profile build. There's a lot of good girls out there who maybe don't have the best talent but have a tremendous story, and they deserve an opportunity. And I think there's a market there. It's just that for whatever reasons, no one's committed.
But I'm sure you've had sit downs of all your ideas with Dazn. They, out of everyone, seem the most invested in women's boxing. So how far are you from a Fighter House that is, a television show on a Dazn?
You know, and I'm sure you guys saw it the last couple of weeks, in the last week or so, that they're doing this like this combat team sports, female Fighter House, that stuff.
Wait, all female? You talking about the TCL, right?
Yeah, that was female and guys separate, and then there was G, I think it was called G Entertainment, is doing the celebrity, the one I sent you, the celebrity making of a champion. It's all females. It's kind of like what I said. C-, D level fighters are getting an opportunity. People who were around are coming back. I think
kind of like a Boxino tournament on ESPN.
100%, and I think they're gonna have to. I showed it to Eddie. I've shopped it to Eddie, and I didn't get any love from it. And I think the DAZN platform is a great platform to put the Fighter House situation on. And I've been talking about it so much. I mean, I'm exhausted. And boxing, you see how fucking angry I am. Boxing drives me crazy because I'm screaming. I got a box of ideas.
Do you ever get to talk outside of Eddie?
Yeah, and I think
the Joe McCroskeys of the world, the DAZN executives.
I feel like I don't get the love. I don't. You know what I mean? I feel like, my relationship with DAZN is
through Eddie only.
No, is bumpy. And it's bumpy because
you ruffle the feathers, or
yeah. But it's because they misspell her name. It's because they put undisputed American champions, and Jessica isn't in that list, and it's their fighter. So it's like I go fucking bonkers. So and it's like I'm sure they're annoyed. And one of my friends in the executive area in DAZN was like, "Bro, we have had like 10 meetings about you."
Oh shit.
Yeah. So but it's
do you ever get fearful that you can get her cut? Because I'll tell you a story. I don't know if you know Stephen Big Shot Shaw, a heavyweight. He's still undefeated. He was signed to Lou DiBella. He does his training camp in San Diego, but Al dropped him because his father was just a nuisance.
I don't think...
He's from St. Louis. He was like from my area.
I don't think like the things I'm saying will harm us. I think the things I'm saying they're like factual. I'm not saying like you stole from me. I'm not saying like, yo, you spelled her name wrong. She's your fighter. Yo, you didn't put her on the list of great fighters, American fighters. She's your fighter. Like, those things. I'm not saying, like, hey, you're an asshole, or hey, you're a piece of shit.
I'm saying I always think I'm right. It doesn't mean I don't offend people. Do you think that it can still...
Yes, because I only have one star at the moment, right? So, like, I'm
gotta fight like that. That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I hear you, but I don't know that it's gonna be interpreted.
You're probably right. Like, I feel like, I do get pushback, and it's just like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? Not stick up for her?
So what are the finances, ballpark figure, that you think you need for this Fighter House? Or is it not just finances? You definitely need a broadcaster. Because why not straight to YouTube, brother?
Right, this is a beautiful question, because I think the DAZN platform would be great.
Okay, but if they don't want to hear you, it's deaf ears.
I need a team, right? Like I need someone who, first of all, believes in it. Like there's a lot of commentators out there who's like, great idea, this, that, and the other. I'd be like, yo, are you in? You can't afford me. And I'd be like, I didn't even talk price yet. What the fuck are you talking about? Come in with me and let's build this thing. Like they're just so, everybody's like, yeah. And then when I ask somebody to help, nobody's like, no. So what do I need? I don't think we do a tournament. Sorry. I don't think we do a tournament, only because if we're building profiles, right? And then I think we diminish them by having each other fight. So if you got 10 females and you do a tournament, and then everybody got a loss coming out of it except for one person, right? So I think we just build the profiles, build a Fighter House, have sparring, air the sparring, commentate the sparring, kind of just build
exhibition style.
just kind of like hype out female boxing and see where it goes. Now, if that puts a whole pool of fighters who aren't getting TV time, who maybe DAZN wouldn't sign, but maybe there's a star in there. Maybe there's a diamond in the rough in there.
It's a free scouting session.
Yeah, I mean, like Tiara Brown. She's probably one of the most talented, undiscovered, unsigned fighters in the game. See what I'm saying? Like Tiara Brown should be signed by a promotional company. She's not. O'Shea Jones should be signed by a promotion. She's not. Those girls
Isn't O'Shea with Mark Taffet, though?
No, she's with Brian Cullen McVicker, those guys.
Yeah,
but
he's got a lot of women, though.
Yeah, 100%. And I think
he's the one with Melissa Hernandez. Not Hernandez, but the IBO champ. I think she's like 126, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. Who's that?
The one that wants to fight Ebony Bridges.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. They might have it. No, they might have her. I don't know.
He does have a lot of females.
Yeah, he does have a lot of females. And some of them are great TV. You see what I mean? Like, there's a lot of girls that just need time in the spotlight. And I think a firehouse will do it. Put a girl.
I mean, my girl definitely, man. She's gonna fucking turn 40 by the time she gets on TV. Shadeja Green.
Yeah.
She's unfortunate. She's
like a punch. So
like
who the
a
fuck,
man.
Right? Who the fuck wants to fight her on a non-TV fight for $4,000? Listen, they call me and try to fight whoever on my team. And be like they offered me O'Shea Jones, and I was like, why would I do that? Like if one of them are signed, that money quadruples. See what I mean? So like, there's a lot of fights that can't be.
They called you for Summer.
Yeah. Eric Henschel. No, Eric. What's his name?
And he wanted O'Shea to fucking
fight
debut versus.
No. I think it's her second fight. It was her second fight, but either way, yeah, pretty close to a prototype.
So Eric, who's he working for? He's no longer with DAZN.
No,
I think he's independent.
Yeah, he's independent. Botcher
independent matchmaker.
Yeah, I think he was working for the MVP event.
Most Valuable Promotions.
Yes, I think he was working for them on one event. So just because it could have been that they didn't know, like O'Shea Jones might not even have known that they offered me that.
No, of course.
I don't know, but like Botcher, just him and I go back. So he called me. He's like, "What'd you do?" And I said, "Eric, why would I do this?"
What was the money?
$8,000, 6 rounds. $8,000, 6 rounds.
Doesn't Summer got like 7 fights?
Yeah, 7-0, $8,000.
That's insane.
It was $8,000, I believe. $8,000, 6 rounds. And then, like, we got a call from Croatia for $20,000. We got a call for the Sandy Ryan fight, it was $20,000, I believe. So Summer's value is there. It's just like doing a non-TV fight is not smart business.
For $8,000,
that's what I'm saying.
Versus an Olympian.
That's what I'm saying, right?
They tripping.
Right. So if they sign Summer and we do that fight, then Summer might get 40, 50, 60,000 for that fight,
and a return fight.
And obviously, you know, you walked through it like before, bro. This was before I even got in the industry. He was hitting me up, yo. They offered us the Cecilia fight, last HBO show, whatever. I'm not saying the number. If you say it, that's on you. But it was like, bro, I'm like, yo, that shit don't make sense. The all woman card HBO in LA. I'm like, that shit's not gonna do well. To me, the money could be bigger, and you guys held out, and it was absolutely
I mean, we did double that and twice.
I got
rematch, right?
Jazz that says Cameron throws quick and light combos. You throw big shots. Will you focus more on activity to prevent losing a decision? Also, the sportsbook have this fight exactly 50-50. What's your thoughts on that?
It wasn't 50-50 a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it is now. I don't know. I haven't looked at it didn't open up 50-50. They had Jazz favored.
I think I don't.
You checking Bovada, champ? Thank you.
Oh, you did my bookie?
Yeah, I'll do my bookie.
I don't think Cameron is as fast as people think.
She's clean. Like,
she's very clean, and she's very repetitive. So she has her combos, her things, and I don't think. I mean, if Alma or Cecilia, big girls, are throwing punches and it doesn't bother me, I don't feel like her punches will be an issue. Not to say I'm coming out here face first to eat punches, but like getting to the fighter. Sometimes you have to take punches to get to them, and then once I start throwing, it's gonna be a wrap.
Different. So Cecilia's a little bit like Chantelle. They kind of have like similar styles. Clean.
Yeah, my bookie currently has it a -120 for both, so pretty much even money.
Oh, now it is. It wasn't like that a couple weeks ago.
But that's one betting site.
I don't see it over there. I don't think there's. Bo, have you found it on Bovada?
Which fight is this specifically?
The Jessica Cameron fight. Can you see if it?
Un momento.
Yeah, I know you got the.
Maybe on Pro Box. I don't see
Bows
it.
are in-house degenerate gamblers. So.
Yeah. Shout out to Bo.
Yeah, so
You're like, I already put a bet on it.
yo, they
So
legalized it
it's-
out there, right? In Illinois,
Yeah.
it's legal.
FanDuel has it -112 for both fighters.
Yeah, so 50-50.
And
came
what
in.
about Bovada?
Uh,
Check DraftKings.
I don't see it in Bovada. yet.
Have you ever
So
bet
who
on
you
yourself?
picking in the Hankin and
No.
the Rankin and Harper fight?
Man, I don't know. I love Terry Harper, and I love Hannah Rankin's people.
Yo, Rankin is a significant underdog, almost
Yeah.
3-1.
But Terry can box, move, and I think Hannah Rankin's stronger.
But I think
maybe the bigger puncher.
I think Terry going up is great for her.
Yeah.
And just being able to put on some muscle and to eat good. I don't know. I think you could see a little bit of a different Terry there. I mean,
Yeah.
I would basically, whoever Rick says, I'll go opposite because, like, I like to do that.
So-
But both of them, like, I can't wait to see it because I don't
Right.
even know.
Yeah, I don't
DraftKings.
know.
DraftKings has you a slight favorite. So
Yeah.
It's not on Bovada, right, Bo?
Betway has her as a slight favorite as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it with Bovada.
Yeah, it
yet.
ain't on
it might not
Bovada
be
yet.
out there yet.
It will be with all the props.
Well, I still
let
got
me-
some more. Hold
true-
on.
True story. The first time I ever bet on you was the Katie fight, and that's why I love Bovada because I remember betting
Uh-huh.
for a fucking fight that was streamed on Facebook Showtime
Remember that
on a
shit?
Wednesday.
Crazy.
Right?
Wow.
At like 3 o'clock in Chicago or
Bro,
something.
no, I've told you the story. I have to pass a prison. Well, I used to have to pass a prison on my way home from work, right?
Yeah.
So it's a no cell phone service for like 2-3 miles. So it's like round 4, and I'm coming up on the prison. So I pulled over, and I'm just sitting on the side of the expressway before I hit this prison. That's where OJ was released from, and I just
shout out to OJ.
just
Sorry.
to be able to finish watching the fight. So shout out to Bovada and shout out to Jess, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click the link in the description and or the live chat if you want to use Bovada. We have a few more questions.
I appreciate
yeah.
the questions for everybody in the chat, everybody that's watching. I appreciate the questions.
Yo, last thing too is like after this year, there's gonna be like all the big name female fighters gonna be sorted out. So I don't know what happens next. I don't think there is a second tier of female boxing, and I feel like that's where DAZN should step up. There's like after like the big names, there's no like in boxing you have like I don't know let's just say Canelo, and then you have like I don't know like Triple G's, and then you have like
Benavidez.
yeah, but they're top tier, right? So underneath them is Gabriel Rosado. You know what I mean? Like then the next. But I feel like in women's boxing, it's either this or that,
Yeah.
and there's no second tier. And I think if you're gonna be committed to female boxing, which they are, I think they should just try to help.
Oops, sorry.
I don't know. Try to help. I don't know, but I think they need to work on that.
Big Casual says, "What's up, champ? Name your current top 5 pound for pound." No, you don't do that.
Females?
Yep.
Me? I mean, like I'm not a fan of like these people. Like I don't like it's just different for people watching, and like for me, like it's just not the same. Like I know Sanisa's out there killing it. I think Alicia Baumgardner's gonna like climb the ranks fast. I mean Claressa, she's obviously doing what she's doing. Katie, I feel like Katie, she cool, but like you got Claressa moving weights. Like that's dope.
Yeah, that's way different.
I'm moving weights. Like that's, I mean, it's very easy to sit in your comfort zone and just like have them bring you like old UFC fighters for you to like beat down. That's easy.
You guys take hella shots. Let me tell you something.
but it's true though. Like I just feel like it's
But
true,
what
though.
about Bernard Hopkins? What about Ponce de Leon? They stood in their divisions their entire career. They defended. B-Hop had 20 defenses at middleweight. Like, why can't a person...
I agree with that, but
like-
I also think back then, like people weren't really moving around weight.
But that's what I'm saying. This
know
is
what I
a
mean?
new fad. There's only 8
No,
men
but
that
we
done
respect
it.
Claressa. We're saying that that's dope. Like I would put Claressa a little bit ahead
But you're
of
not
Katie.
the first. She's not the first to like diminish a fighter for cleaning out their division and staying there as the man. Like I don't want Earl and Crawford to go fight fucking Jamel. Fight Jaron. He's right there.
No, I agree
And
with
he's
that.
got an attitude. And he thinks he can beat you. No, you're gonna undispute and leave. That's what everybody does. No, stay there like Bernard and fight everybody.
And he
I
did
don't-
do that, but like when it's Katie Taylor situation,
I don't
she's
think there's
bringing
anybody
girls up.
there.
She's
Yeah.
bringing girls up.
To her.
Like come on to 135. But she ain't saying come down to 135.
Still an opportunity though.
I agree. Listen, I'm not knocking them for taking the cash.
she's
'cause,
and
hey,
she's on the
I
list.
get it.
She's on the list.
I get it.
I think I have very high expectations for the
I'll
sport.
give my list.
So I think she should be doing more. But like if
if
I were in the game more so when you're talking about who you were talking about, I probably would have said the same thing. Like I want to see him like try something harder. Like, you know, that's just kind of how my
it's
mind
like if Summer wasn't with you and she was only with Rick, you think she wants your vacant belt? She want the champ.
Yeah,
I
for
want
sure.
the head of the champ.
Yeah.
I don't want you to
she can
vacate.
she can come for it too. She can come for it. I mean, like, and that's the thing. It's like, but we talked about that. We talked about possibly fighting. So we've covered that, and we've covered the fact that okay, if she doesn't make it to that realm before I'm out, then hopefully we can make sure she gets one.
I will say I'm not a fan of like we're at 147, right? I'm not a fan of like you coming in like Chantelle was like, oh, I'm gonna go to 147 and fight Undisputed. I'm not a fan of that. I told Matchroom at the time before this fight was scheduled, I said have her fight anyone at 147. She's not just gonna get a shot. Like we took us a second to get here. You know what I mean? Have her go fight someone at 147 and then fight. I think that's a little bit more exciting.
And people could say the same thing about me going down to 140. But that WBC belt was mine.
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean you were champion at 40.
I did not vacate the WBC belt. It magically disappeared from somebody at the WBC desk was like, take that shit, and then they took it and then they let her fight for it. I didn't know I had been vacated from it until I saw that Chantelle was fighting for it.
Yeah, that was
so
weird.
like for me, it's like I'm going back to get what's mine. It's not like I had never been there before. It's not like I didn't have unified championship there. Like I'm coming back.
Yeah,
so.
and as far as the Callie Reed situation, I've been sent some information. So apparently she's dealing with some health issues.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And she's acting. She's like on a TV show.
Yeah, she's doing really well financially, I heard.
So
no, she do what you
We'll
gotta
see.
do.
Yeah.
Like
BoxRec has you listed as only WBC IBF, not the WBA.
I never had a 140 IBF.
No, I know, but isn't
for the fight?
the WBA should be on the line because of
it's just
they're all on the line.
Yeah,
except for the ring. Except for the ring.
and that's what I'm saying. They only have
those two on there.
two listed.
Yeah, I mean, we got the contract that says Undisputed, so hopefully that'll.
It's on the contract. It says it lists them out, all of them except for the ring.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what about the IBO?
Yeah, that's on there too.
Yeah, that was on there too. Okay. What's your opinion about the IBO? Because I feel like I love the IBO.
I rock with the IBO.
Me too. Man, they've been nice to us when nobody was nice to us.
And that's why I rock with them,
Me
because
too.
when the other sanctioning bodies don't give you an opportunity, the IBO does. Then all of a sudden you get the opportunity from the other sanctioning bodies.
No doubt about it. I was pro IBO, right? Like I'm like, yo, we want that shit.
For the Alma fight for the press conference, Matchroom didn't put the IBO belt on.
Yeah, they be throwing shots.
No.
And then the IBO hit me up like, Rick, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, like
they tucked it away.
And
in
they
my
do
bag
it how
somewhere.
they want. Some days they show love to the IBO. Some days they don't. And I'm talking specifically Matchroom.
Yeah.
They're weird with that.
Yeah, I agree. Because I remember
Because
Katie
Carlos
Taylor.
Gongora was on their TV as a defending the IBO belt. You know what I'm saying?
use it
So
when they wanna use
Katie
it.
used
Hell
to
yeah, they
Katie
do.
used to have it up, like she used to hold it, and now she doesn't. So I don't know. I mean,
Does she have it? Does she have it?
That's a
I don't
good
think,
question.
No, she ain't got no IBO belt. I definitely have more belts than her.
I don't know. She
So-
had it. I don't know if she still
Did
has
she?
it.
Okay.
So
I don't
Big
know.
Casual wanted you to hear his list, which are the same women. I think it's not hard to make a top
Yeah.
5
Let's hear it,
boxing.
let's
But he
hear it.
said
Okay.
Claressa at number 1, Katie number 2, yourself at number 3, Amanda, and then Franchon.
Yeah, you
Wait,
gotta
which-
put Franchon in there. I guess
Yeah,
top
she-
Yeah,
5.
she's
Yeah.
undisputed.
For sure.
Yeah.
She made it.
Yeah. I mean, I would
wouldn't put Amanda on there.
I would put
She's
Amanda
not
like,
undisputed and never been.
Yeah, I would put Amanda at 6. And then who would the winner?
Yeah.
And
no,
lowest.
who would you put in her
In her-
place then?
Who would the winner of Baumgardner and Mayer?
Okay.
That's fair.
Not really, because they would only be
That would be Isn't it undisputed?
No, unified.
No, it's not.
They would only
It's
be
not
unified,
It's
which
unified.
Amanda was unified and 7 times.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. But I got Brandon all the way in Houston that says, I've always said that quiet people end up with more talkative significant others and enjoying sitting back and letting them do most of the talking in social settings. Would you say this applies to you and Rick, or is it different, actually different?
I let Rick do all the talking. If I have something to say, I'll say it, and I'll say it at the appropriate time and place. Like, you guys give us a platform to be able to say things, and so that's very much appreciated. But I'm not gonna just like steal the mic like at a random fight that's not even mine and say some like wild stuff. Like,
Wait,
So no Kanye moments for you.
No, well, here, no,
For
I'll tell you
me-
why.
For Rick, I don't know.
Yeah,
No, but
Tanya's like Rick's alter ego. I feel.
Yeah.
No, like if you ever see Jessica's fight, they never let me speak, and you know what I'm saying. They never let me talk because Matchroom. I remember Matchroom, like they never mic'd up corners back in the day. Then they would mic me, and then I would take this shit off, and they'd be like bringing in a whole camera crew to get it what I'm saying. And they're like, hey, Eddie wants you mic'd. Eddie, and I'm like, is Eddie here? No, I'm like, I ain't fucking doing the microphone. So like.
Because you don't want it out? You don't want the corner advice out?
Sometimes. Like, the second Cecilia fight, I was afraid that, like, I was like, no, I think it was the first Cecilia fight. The first Cecilia fight, I'm like, I might have to tell her, like, just tackle her. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, depends who we're fighting, where I'm like, you know, I don't know. Plus, I didn't know maybe Cecilia was too big. I might have had to step in. I don't know.
Yo,
so there's some fights where I'm like, I would rather not.
I've never been in the corner, but with the mic on you, bro,
It's different.
We can't hear sometimes in the corner, so can't you like whisper in her ear, like?
He does.
Yeah, but the mic is usually right here. So if I'm like, you know what I
Bro,
mean?
but
He
that's
does
what I'm
this.
saying. Like, do you watch the
They
replays?
go like this too.
does-
yeah,
People
does
go
that.
like this.
But in the heat
Okay.
of a battle,
You
you're like,
forget. You
yeah,
forget.
hell
Yeah,
yeah. 'cause
yeah.
I'll
You
be
even
like-
forget that it's on.
Yeah.
No,
100%.
sometimes we watch and I'm like, bro, like, damn, what'd he say? Or you know,
Yeah,
sometimes
it's
you
hard
can't
to-
hear
it's
it.
hard to-
Most people take it off and drop it, especially if they're losing a fight. They'll drop it and then go in there and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's definitely like that. But there's things that got to be said, and usually if I'm saying something, it's because I'm trying to set up something behind it. It's never what it is in front of you. I'd be USA government that shit, you know.
Well, that is all the questions. So we are going to wrap this up. We're going to go ahead and take a picture. YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.